Tonight, in your spacious La Quinta suite.
Rock bottom. Y'all know. What? All eyes on me. What you know about this club? All eyes on me when I walk in the bar. Check it. What? When I walk up in the club, I don't check my coat. I order a bottle of dime to wet my throat. We stay deep, so respect my folks. I find out firsthand how I feel when your neck get broke. Man, I came here to fuck with the hoes. One broad had a mini skirt with no panties, touching the toes. Feeling good cause my dope case got dismissed. Bought the bar, not a whole place popping crisp. This one hoe used to dance at the key. She was glancing at me, stripping from me with her pants to her knee. I heard she burning, I ain't about to chance it and see. If she asked to go, you know where my answer be. Hell no, you know the rules, win some, lose some. Plus there's too many bad babes to choose from. So I'ma just sit at my table, order some Quavo, and leave with a chick like J-Lo. Nigga, what? So the bouncers at the club don't frisk me. Steady popping bottles, all bub, no whiskey. I got a girl, I just wanna fuck, don't kiss me. Soon as I get my dick sucked, the history. I'm a boss, so the bouncers at the club don't frisk me. Steady popping bottles, all bub, no whiskey. I got a girl, I just wanna fuck, don't kiss me. Soon as I get my dick sucked, the history. Now we champagne guzzling, girls on the dance floor hustling. Couple drunk cats start tussling. That tough shit that get you through out quick. Seen some niggas coming in, I had a shootout with. One peeked me, and then he started tapping his man. I'ma fuck around and have to go back to the can. Got a K plus a Mac in the van. A throwaway on my side, and Jay Nutty had a strap in his hand. I don't care about getting arrested, they didn't expect it. We deep, now they hitting the exit. They looked up, they would've got popped in the face. But it's too many undercover cops in the place. Besides that, everything was A-OK. We popped down, I don't fuck with J. Roger. All I'm into is thugging and skeezing. No hugging and squeezing. Why? Here's a couple of reasons. I'm a boss, so the bouncers at the club don't frisk me. Steady popping bottles, all bub, no whiskey. I got a girl, I just wanna fuck, don't kiss me. Soon as I get my dick sucked, the history. I'm a boss, so the bouncers at the club don't frisk me. Steady popping bottles, all bub, no whiskey. I got a girl, I just wanna fuck, don't kiss me. Soon as I get my dick sucked, the history. The place packed and I'm having a blast. See my cousin girl leaving with another nigga, grabbing her ass. But I told him when he got with her, she a flat out freak. I heard last week T-Dot hit her. And these bras think I'ma commit? Hold on, got them so gone like that new Monica hit. All night I've been blazing and drinking. We floss so hard, even the married hoes waving and winking. It's almost 1:45. They out of dime PNX, so fuck it, I'ma order a brew. I drank that, and now we on our way out the bar. See them same niggas, so I grabbed the K out the car. They peeled out before I even got to dumping. On top of that, the whole parking lot was jumping. I'm a thug, I admit it, I can't change. That's just me. And next week we'll be doing the same thing. I'm a boss, so the bouncers at the club don't frisk me. Steady popping bottles, all bub, no whiskey. I got a girl, I just wanna fuck, don't kiss me. Soon as I get my dick sucked, the history. I'm a boss, so the bouncers at the club don't frisk me. Steady popping bottles, all bub, no whiskey. I got a girl, I just wanna fuck, don't kiss me. Soon as I get my dick sucked, the history.
All right. The volume straight though, ain't too low or whatever.
Find out the ganjas.
Good evening.
It's
It's time.
Yes.
Okay.
On behalf of the Hood Smoker Podcast, we would like to say, as the list of legends keeps continuing to go on and on and on, we keep the questions strong. Other platforms stir the pot, you don't have to
Take that.
Other platforms do that every, you don't have to
Take that.
Get your smoke, get your drink, get all your cake snacks, and get ready for the Hood Smoker Podcast.
What up, Joe?
Welcome.
What up, Joe?
Welcome.
Good Smokers Podcast on Wednesday and Saturday night. Jay Gutta and brotherkingx and Blatonio Todd. Good Smokers Podcast on Wednesday and Saturday night. Jay Gutta and brotherkingx and Blatonio Todd.
What up, though?
What up, though? What up, though? What up, though? Welcome to the Hood Smokers Podcast, episode 326. Today we got a special episode. As you can see, we already got the man himself in the building. Tierre Diaz in the motherfucking building, y'all. I see we already got Tierre Diaz fans in the live chat. I know you can't see it, but I can see it, and I'll let you know what they say here and there when you're not talking, like if we ever get a spot where you're not talking. But waiting for Blatonio, BKX, brotherkingx. They'll be tapping in a minute, but I did get a little bit of late start. We only had like a 7-minute starting soon, but it's all good. We in here, and we here, and that's all that matters.
Yeah. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Everybody tapping in, man. Detroit, what up? What's the mask? Stand up. We here.
Yes, sir.
Popping.
That's what's up. Yeah, so Massachusetts, huh?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I actually did some music out there in Fall River, Massachusetts and shit. Fucking, I was out there, my boy Streetbound Productions and shit. Did some music out there. That was back about shit at least 15 years ago. You know what I'm saying? It's been a minute.
Yeah.
It was live.
I can see
though.
that.
Yeah.
I can see Fall River having a little buzz back then, man. I can see that. I can see that happening for sure.
Shit, the best part I thought was like fucking Rhode Island though. Newport, Rhode Island, Newport Beach. That shit was so fly, dog. I was like, damn.
Oh yeah. Yeah, they got the mansions and all that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I shot a couple movies out there, man. It's beautiful. I thought you said for hip hop. I was like, what? Newport for hip hop? I got surprised for a minute, but nah, it is beautiful out there, man.
Yeah, last week's guest, our homie, the Observer, he's actually from Rhode Island and shit. He rocks with the Locks, rocks with Cuban Link and shit. So
oh man,
yeah,
I peeped a little bit of the Cuban Link episode, man. That's one of my favorites growing up, dog. You know what I'm saying? Real talk.
Yeah, that's fine.
The whole Terror Squad. You know what I mean? I grew up on them heavy. You know what I'm saying? So I want to work with Cuban Link very soon, man.
Oh yeah, no doubt. We're bringing Cuban to Detroit. Cuban, the Observer. He's talking about possibly Chic Luch will be in the building. You know what I'm saying? So this summer's gonna be live. We making some moves. Actually, Cuban.
Invite me out there. Whatever show that is, I'm there, dog.
Oh, yeah,
that sounds like that's a bill right there.
Yeah, you definitely can get on there, dog. I'll let you know. I'll keep you up.
Cuban Link, Chic Luch, Observer, Tierre Diaz. Come on, bro. We selling out.
He got some homies out there in NYC. What was they called? Damn, I want to say Suicide Squad, but I don't know if that's what they were called and shit. I wasn't for sure, but out there in New York.
Maybe. I think I know. Okay. There's a lot of like shoot. It's spelled like SEWER.
Yeah.
There's a couple squads like that. So yeah, I can see that.
No. So well, let's get into it. Why don't you tell me a little bit about yourself, Tierre Diaz? We know you out of Massachusetts, but so what's the hip hop scene like out there in Massachusetts? Like coming up young, when you were coming up.
Yeah, coming up specifically was I'm from Worcester, Mass, so that's like an hour out of Boston. All right, so Worcester, Mass had its own scene, a lot of hip hop, like indie. You know, a lot of people their own shows and shit like that. You know what I mean? Can you hear me? Me now?
Yeah, we're good. We got Blatonio
Okay.
too.
No doubt. So I was very inspired by a lot of that. I was like in high school around then, like high school, middle school, really seeing a lot of independent shows, a lot of shit that I was like, as an aspiring rapper myself, was like, damn, I wanna rock Club Oasis. I wanna rock Tammany Hall, these local spots. You know what I'm saying? I wanna hold a mic. If they can do it, I can do it. So before I could get on that, you know, I was kind of like battle rapping at first in high school because that's the only outlet I had. You know what I'm saying? Just challenging people in class. You know what I'm saying? And shit like that.
Sure.
Yeah, because I wanted to get where they were, you know what I'm saying, on stages. And it wasn't until I made my name out, my name in like the battle scene kind of, where they were like, who's this nigga? Oh, you rank music? All right, let's do it. And that was kind of the MySpace, like either MySpace days or something like that. And I started putting my music out on MySpace, getting my buzz up like that. And then pretty soon I was undeniable in the city, you know what I mean?
That's what's up.
Yeah.
Welcome, Blatonio Todd. What up, though?
Hey, what up, though, homie? Yeah, I'm gonna get
Hello.
ready to put
Cameras
the
off,
camera
man.
in. Man, yeah, just want to say what up, though, man. Sorry for being a little bit late, but yeah, man, welcome to the show, homie.
Good.
Yeah.
Thank you for being here, man. I'm glad. Thank you for having me, bro. What's up?
Oh man, no, we've been excited about having you coming on. You know,
No,
We
yeah,
had
we
we had
definitely
this
gonna
book
talk
for a
about it.
minute, and then but back when we booked it, like maybe a couple months ago, maybe in February or something like that, or January
Yeah, I
even.
think it
And
was
I was like, damn,
February.
that's far. I was like, damn, that's far out. But then like the timing wise, my album comes out next week, so like it all lined up perfectly. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? That's pretty dope.
yeah. I see.
real talk.
Shiny, the new single you just dropped. That shit's fire, dog. I was banging that shit earlier today while I was riding through Southwest Detroit. You know, I was banging that shit. I was banging that. The joint with Royce. I went through and I see you wearing a hat. Manaflex. I seen the Manaflex on there. I just hit play on everything and shit. Let it play. You know what I'm gonna let that shit bang. Yeah, no, it's definitely fire and shit. And we'll get into like that, like G, Royce the 5'9", working with artists like that. That's dope as fuck. You know what I'm saying? So, and
Dope.
too dope. I know. So what are your ties? Are you a juggalo or are you just rock with the juggalos? You know what I'm saying? Because you know what people expect from juggalos. Because you know here in Detroit, ICP came from here. I done a million shows with juggalos. You know what I'm saying? And they expect people to paint a face, especially rappers and shit. You know, or maybe Texas Chainsaw Massacre face or some kind of gimmick, but you're just a straight up MC with bars. You know what I'm saying? You got lyrics and you're dope. Which not saying there ain't a lot of juggalo rappers like that. We've had a lot on here. It's just that's the stereotype of what juggalos. You know what I'm saying? They get.
I
Nah,
think we
hearing
relate
that.
also.
Yeah, hearing that is beautiful, brother, because I am a juggalo. You know, I've been a juggalo since a child, brother. So like I'm for real juggalo down. But hearing that is beautiful because that's exactly what I want to do. I want to change. I want people to be surprised that that I'm down with them. You know what I'm saying? I'm down, you know what I mean? I want people to see that perspective and change that perspective. You know what I'm saying? I love being that for a lot of people because I'm in a lot of spaces that juggalos ain't. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? With the movies, with the hip hop. And even in the juggalo world, I'm kind of an outcast, even though I am a juggalo, because I ain't, you know what I'm saying? I don't paint my face. I don't da da da. I just put on a hell of a show. I stay true to myself. And that being and that trait right there is a juggalo, just being yourself and not, you know, conforming to what the fuck people think you need to be conforming to. So me being myself and being different is my way of being like I'm down with y'all. You know what I'm saying? Because I've been down since a fucking child, brother. You know what I mean? Real talk.
I gotta ask, how did you? What was the first ICP album you got up on? Or how did you get up? Was it even ICP that made you turned on to the juggalo music and shit?
Yeah, it was
Type of vibe.
definitely ICP and it was Carnival of Carnage. I remember finding that shit in my basement just kid, as a kid roaming my basement trying to sneak into my brother's room because he's the one that had all the hip hop albums that I would go and break into, steal them and tape them. You know what I'm saying? Put them on cassette tapes to save for later. You know what I'm saying? And then return them before he got home. So my brother was a big source of hip hop inspiration. But one day his room was locked, so I was left to my own devices and roaming around the basement. And I found a loose ass CD with blue and purple, you know what I'm saying, blue and pink clowns on it. So I brought that up, and ever since then it was history. It was unlike anything I've ever heard. Because at that time I was listening to hip hop, you know, No Limit Records and Easy E and Notorious B.I.G. All that shit. I was in hip hop, you know, that's what I knew. You know, Big Pun, like we were talking about, Terror Squad. So hearing Carnival of Carnage, hearing that, it was like a whole nother world. It was a whole nother world that from that moment on just got me hooked and it opened my mind to a whole nother avenue of storytelling and all that shit.
Yeah, that's what's up.
Yeah.
Shout out to B Cash.
Uh,
We had this talk a lot because we're like some juggalos, they ain't real hip hop heads. They just listen to like ICP and shit like that. But you ask them about like we've had guests like we've on here where we talk like that did the gathering. You know what I'm saying? Felt disrespected. I know there was an episode with I believe Method Man and Redman or something where they felt disrespected. And it's like, but they're showing you
been a
love
couple
and shit.
people.
That's how they show love. But fucking I guess I don't know if Violent J checked them about it and shit. You know what I'm not checked them, but checked the juggalos and like, look, these are the people we grew up These are the legends of hip hop. You know what I'm saying? We're bringing them to the gathering, which is dope. You know what I'm saying? That they are bringing people like DJ Quick and I think Corrupt and then Dog Pound to the gathering. I mean, all these dope ass MCs are coming to. They're not just psychopathic records. You know what I'm saying? And the people that rock with them. That's dope. I think. Dope. And you
Yeah,
breaking
man.
barriers. I mean, just that's a big statement doing a track with Royce. And I mean, you didn't just do a track. It was I seen in the video you was in Heaven Studios. Did you actually record at Heaven Studios?
I did, man. We did. We knocked that all out in one night, man. Royce welcomed me in. The timing, like I'm a big thing on timing is everything. You know what I'm saying? And the timing was perfect. You know what I'm saying? For us to link, do the video, and to have that moment together and to create something so fucking special. You know what I'm saying? It all had to line up perfectly. And Royce in heaven opened their doors, was so fucking gracious with their time and their space. You know what I'm saying? It was fucking magical, and I think we made something special on that one.
Yeah, that's fire. Bad meets killer. That's dope. And that was a dope concept too and shit, knowing the history behind like the bad meets evil and shit. Then you got bad meets
Yeah.
killer and shit. That's dope. Yeah, no, that was definitely fire and shit. Make sure y'all
Yeah, I
check
had a
that out.
very clear vision of what I wanted that song to be. You know what I'm saying? Because Royce now and Royce in the last couple of years, especially, has changed a lot from the Royce that I grew up listening to. Has changed a lot. He's evolved. You know what I'm saying? He's evolved. He's now Grammy nominated. He's more conscious. He's skilled in such a way. You know what I'm saying? That he's an elite artist now. You know what I'm saying? He's not just an MC. You know what I mean? But I knew that if I ever got a track with Royce, I wanted to bring him back to the Royce that I was bumping. You know what I'm saying? The Royce that got me, you know what I'm saying, engaged and inspired. You know what I mean? That Bad Meets Killer, that Bad Meets Evil. You know what I'm saying? I still remember the first time I heard Royce, you know, on the scary movie or the scary movie VHS tape. You know what I'm saying? Him and M. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then obviously Bad Meets Evil on Slim Shady LP. You know what I mean? I wanted that. You know, so I made sure and I pitched him the premise. You know what I mean? And he was down. Because he could have been like, you know what I mean? That could have went so many ways. You know what I mean? Like that's bad meets evil is such precious space. You know what I mean? That's a
It says
precious
a lot.
project. That's a precious time for a lot of people, man. The fact that he was open and down to do something like that to relive that moniker for that track. What more can I ask for, man?
It says a lot, especially for you being an MC to have like Royce the 5'9" co-sign for you like that. You know what I'm saying? One of the probably one of the most lyricists, if not the most lyrical MCs there is. You know what I'm saying? Like he kind of.
Yeah.
I've heard stories. I mean, Detroit knows and shit. Like Royce fucking actually like helped him out with some of his like how he spit. I don't want to put too much of the personal business out there, but I mean he did help him out in the early days. You know what I'm saying? He was originally when M blew up. That was his hype man and shit. But that's a whole nother story and shit. But that's
Nah, 100%. Yeah.
he's definitely a bar guy. He's definitely one of the best. He's in a lot of people's top tens. You know what I'm saying? Especially like if your favorite rapper and shit type shit. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
And then
Yeah,
of
man.
course we gotta mention the Montgomery brothers. That's what I'm saying. Like
Yeah, the whole
Kid
family.
Vicious
Shout
who
out to
rocks with us. That's family right there. So the Montgomery brothers, it's really it runs in the blood. That's what I want to mention.
Right. Yeah.
100%.
So shout out Alien Gang too as well. So
No doubt. Kid Vicious, that's family right there. Yeah. No doubt.
Mhm.
Having studios. But and we see you rocking with Two Dope. Two Dope's giving you mad love. You know what I'm saying? Shaggy, shout out to Shaggy and shit. But how was it like meeting Two Dope and shit?
Man, yeah, like I said, as a lifelong juggalo, man, it's I was going to their shows locally for years just as a fan. That I was painting my face at the time. I was young. You know what I'm saying? I was young, teenager and shit like that. I was going to the shows. I was walking home soaked in Fago and shit like that. So I always wanted to be, first I always wanted to open up for them. You know what I'm saying? That was like one of my goals. I was like, I want to be on that stage. You know what I'm saying? I want to rock the plate and crowd for a bunch of juggalos and open up for ICP. You know what I mean? Then I did that. Then the next natural thing was I want to work with them. You know what I mean? And then I started just using my time and effort and energy to manifest that. You know what I mean? And putting it in my God's hands and really manifesting that. And they are, like I said, when I first found them, huge inspirations, and they couldn't they opened the doors. You know what I'm saying? I think the reason I'm here right now in a lot of ways is thanks to Violent J and Shaggy for, you know, opening the door for me and putting me under their wing and being like, yo, he's down. You know what I'm saying? He's down with us. You know what I'm saying? Violent J put me in their thank yous in their last album, one of the Joker cards. You know what I mean? I'm on that album. You know what I mean? I'm on Violent J's solo series, Walking Home. You know what I mean? There's a lot of they just done so much for me, man, that I can't wait to, you know, reciprocate all that they've done for me. You know what I mean? In a way that measures up, because not only did I grow up listening to them, but now I'm down with them, and not just down with them. I'm like, they're down with me. You know what I mean? And I fucking love Too Dope. I love Violent J. Them dudes are the brothers, man, and I can't wait to you know, make up for all that they done.
It doesn't even matter, brother, about Violent J and Shaggy Too Dope, brother, because it's all about you right here and right now, brother. No disrespect, but this is coming from the Motor City Mac Dad, and the Motor City Mac Dad said so. It's all about you, brother. No disrespect to the clowns or the hatchet, but it's all about you, brother.
I'm here, brother. I appreciate that, man. I'm here, man, for sure.
Yeah,
Thank
I
you,
see you
brother.
rocking with my Southwest homeboy, DJ Clay and shit. Shout out to DJ Clay. You know what I'm saying? You under his label, right?
Yes, sir. AR right here. Yup.
Shout out to AR. Yeah, that's dope. Yeah.
Mm.
Salute to all everybody throwing the whoop whoops and all that in the chat. Salute to y'all. Everybody.
You know,
Much
we
love.
got Healing Gang, we got it, you know. Yeah.
Hell
We
yeah.
got Tierre Diaz in the building. So we basically talking about like your influences and shit, like you said, Terror Squad and then ICP.
Yeah.
But I'm sure it goes deeper than that. Like, who's some more like MCs that influenced you in your style?
Real talk. So DMX, Eminem, No Limit, T.I., 50 Cent. Those are the big ones. Kendrick now. You know what I'm saying? I'm big on Kendrick right now. You know what I'm saying? And Royce. You know what I mean? Like, those are the ones that come to mind. Those are the ones that I grew up to. And DMX is actually on the new album. We got to connect before he passed. You know what I mean?
That's dope.
We got to connect before he passed, and that was another one that I wrote down, and I wanted to make sure it happened because DMX, next level. You know what I mean? Next level, one of my favorites of all time. That passion, that pain. You know what I mean? No one can fuck with it to this day. No one can fuck with X. You know what I'm saying, on a record, and so yeah, X is a huge one. Back in like high school, was big on 50 and G Unit for sure, man. I worked with Young Buck a few years ago on my first album. Still need banks. I still want 50 and shit like that. I'm big on working with the motherfuckers I grew up listening to. You know what I'm saying? I'm big on that. You know what I'm saying? That's why I said I want to work with Cuban Link, because and Triple Six and Armageddon, all them niggas. You know what I mean? I want to work with them, and I'm not. It's not enough for me just to be a fan of these dudes. You know what I mean? Because I know
true.
that's what I want to do.
Homage, you know, that's homage.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So I dig
100%.
that. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, I wanna show love and let niggas know who I am, why I am. You know what I'm saying? They're the reasons I'm here. And my brother, you know what I mean, putting me on to so much stuff, you know, just riding around in the whip with him. You know what I'm saying? He opened the doors for a lot of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, shout out Digley,
But
Mikey Clark. Shout out Mikey Clark. Have you got a chance to work with him yet?
Nah, I haven't worked with Mikey Clark. Yeah, I worked with Mike P though. He did a lot of the like the race and shit like that, Wizard of the Hood. You know, from Zug Island. Yeah. I work with Mike P. He's on the new record. Mikey Clark's next for sure, man. He's a legend too.
Yeah.
No doubt. Mikey Clark.
It's like on that bucket list. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say, man.
Yeah. That's definitely gotta happen. That's that. And Esham too, man. Same shit. You know what I mean? Real talk. He followed me randomly. I was on my way to something, Detroit or something. And and I got a follow from him. You know what I mean? So I was like, all right, I'm on his radar. Let's work.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. No, that's what's up. Yeah, Esham, no doubt, I done protested radio stations in the late '90s at the Summer Jazz with Esham with the picket signs, fuck the radio, Gotham City and shit. You know what I'm saying? We done rock shows with Esham. We just did a show a few years ago when he started doing shows again, the Dead of Winter tour and shit. We did a show with him.
Oh,
But
yeah.
and actually the last show I did was with DJ Clay and shit. Fucking it was our Devil's Night show we did on
I was there, I think.
Oh, was you there? Yeah, that's the
I
last
think so.
what I did. That's the last show I did. Yeah, it was
It was in the spot where everybody was doing balloons and shit.
yeah, it was a little spot, Simon's After Dark. That's
It was like it was like in the cut, like in the alley or something.
yeah, little parking lot and shit, little alley.
I was there, yeah. I was there. I performed that shit. Yep.
That's what's up. Yeah, I remember I ended up dipping early, but my homie was in there, Monteca. He was getting fucked up though. He was all through that bitch getting bloated. And actually, it was DJ Clay and his people that gave my homie Monteca a ride back to the crib because I remember telling him,
Oh
like,
yeah,
look,
yeah.
bro, I was like, I got a dip, and he's like, I'm trying to stay. You know what I'm saying? He's like, I ain't want to leave him there and shit, but he's like, I'll be good. And I remember dude working the doors like, it'd be good. And they called me in the morning and shit like, yo, we gave your boy a ride to the crib. He was good and shit. Like, shout out to DJ Clay and his team for that.
Nah, Clay's the homie from day I met him. He's been just a solid A1 dude, and I'm a very independent person. You know what I'm saying? Like I do everything myself. Everything you ever seen, from the videos to the reels to the artwork, anything I do myself. I promote myself. I market myself. So when I say I'm down with Clay and AR, that's because I trust him, and that's because even if I wasn't on his label, I know that he would do what he's doing for me now. That's the type of nigga DJ Clay is. You know what I'm saying? I'm Elite Energy Entertainment. You know what I'm saying? That's my shit. You know what I'm saying? That's my label. That's my legacy. But the reason I'm repping the AR is because of DJ Clay and all he brings. You know what I'm saying? His knowledge, his experience. You know what I'm saying? And his loyalty. A1 first and foremost. You know what I'm saying? Because he showed me love when he didn't have to.
Right. No, yeah. Shout out to DJ Clay and shit.
Yeah,
Shout
shout
out
out.
to all the Southwest Detroit homies and shit. But so you got a question, Blatonio? I've been doing too much talking. I'm gonna let you and
Oh no, you doing good and everything like that. No, I mean it's like chopping it up like that. You know, like we definitely like going back to that on the bucket list. No, I could relate, man, because all three of us as hosts, we all came from the same group at different times. So as rappers, so like we're not really journalists. We're
right.
we so we have that experience like that. So that's why we kind of do it a different approach than like say DJ DJ Fed DJ Fed
And I can see y'all doing the same shit I'm doing. Y'all want to interview the motherfuckers you looked up to. You know what I'm saying? You got Merciless, Amir, Cuba Link, everybody you can get in. You know what I mean? Y'all do the same shit I'm doing.
We're fans first, but I mean, of course, but a lot of these people we bring on, they influenced us too. So that's exactly what we do. And that's why I was like, wanted to give you props. I see exactly what you're doing. Like definitely got you got some dope ass material, and we want to we definitely like to work and build that up.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm here for it, man.
Yeah. Now, do you have a couple like on your dream list that you would want to work with? I mean, I know you mentioned some of them already, but are there any ones like sky's the limit? Doesn't matter how high, how low, like who,
I got three. I got three off the top. These are my top. Eminem, Kendrick, and Haley Williams. She's from Paramore.
Okay. Somebody said you need to work with 7 Summers.
The producer?
7 Summers. I'm not familiar with 7 Summers, but
sounds familiar, but
I know a producer named Seven. I don't know if that's the same person.
I know 7 in
That's
general.
what I was trying to place it to, because I was like, sounds familiar. But I wonder if I always usually hear 7 as a short, but I don't know if
Yeah, I'm not sure.
So that'll be my top 3. And if you would have asked me a couple years ago, ICP would have been in the top 3. You know what I'm saying? For sure.
Oh yeah.
He said, the producer.
But I'm pretty sure from the sounds of it, like brushing shoulders like that, that's gonna happen. Like it's already.
Oh, it is. You know what I'm saying? And that's what the big message is on Maniflex is when you hear the album, it drops next Friday, all right, March 21st. When you hear it, you're gonna hear me telling you how it's all about living your dreams and accomplishing your goals. Because one day I sat down and wrote down every single goal I've ever wanted to accomplish in life. That's what I did. And ever since that day, I visualized and I worked towards achieving every single one of them motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? M's on there, Kendrick is on there, ICP was on there, Royce was on there. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that. A lot of goals have been already checked off that they will be. So when you hear the album, the main message is to do that. And I'm really showing you, I'm telling you in the lyrics, but I'm also showing you and proving to you with who I got on the record backing my theory up. You know what I'm saying? It's a positive album, man, and it has full of bangers and it's something for everybody. You know, because my last three records, they're not the same. Bad Meets Killer is not the same as Fantastic, and Fantastic is not the same as Shiny. So there's gonna be something for everybody, and that's what I bring. I'm all about diversity and making the music that can touch someone everywhere.
No doubt. What was it
That's
like?
what's up.
I know Angie personally and shit. I done rock shows with Angie. So shout out to the Pontiac. Shout out to Angie out there in the Yak. But so how did you like working with him? I know he does it. He's lyrical. He raps. He sings. He plays instruments. He does it all. He's just a straight up artist. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we met in Violent J's studio, man. So it was like one of those things where the timing was just everything. He was in and out because that was the only time I seen him there. Because when I kept going back to Violent J's studio, he wasn't there ever again. So he was there in that one window of time in which we hit, and he was like playing his music on my phone, and I was like, "Oh yeah, we gonna work. I got something for you. Like I know what you do. I see what the talent you got." And he also did a record with ICP on Fearless Fed Fury called Satellite, and you know what I mean. So I'm already hip. So I knew his talent, and we hit at the right time, at the right, you know. And I was like, all right, don't worry, don't sweat it. I'm gonna send you something when I got it, and I had it. You know, it's called Fantastic, and we run into each other at the gathering in Detroit and shit like that. But it's all love. He's a very talented dude, man.
Yeah. No, it was a dope ass track, most definitely. Go ahead, Blatonio. Motor City Mac.
Oh no,
You
I
still with
was gonna say as far as like the music, like looking back, because like when you mentioned that, I appreciate that when you were saying about just looking through, the basement and you found it on ICP and stuff, and then okay, well, Motor City Mac Daddy's on right now, but my homie brotherkingx who ain't here right now, we always talk about like that struggle of as lyricists not being juggalo enough, but we appreciate it. But wouldn't you say that kind of like ICP did they kind of like open up that door a little bit more where it's like you can be hip hop, but still it's like everybody welcome. Like that's why I mean if that's making sense, like of that's what I appreciated because like some people see it. Oh, you listen to corny shit, but then on the other side we're not doing enough. Because I've had people. Oh, you listen to that corny, like you're a rapper. That middle ground. I just like. Do you have any ideas or thoughts on that, or I'm pretty sure you probably gone through.
Yeah, ICP changed my whole perspective because when I was rapping, I've been writing since elementary school. I had these things called little blue books, you know what I'm saying, which were our notebooks back in like 5th, 4th grade and shit. So I still got those lyrics. You know what I mean? And what I was rapping about were guns and hip hop and gangster shit as a kid, you know what I'm saying? Even when I was recording on my little answering machine and MP3 players and shit, I'm rapping about gangster shit because that's what I grew up on. That's the hip hop that I grew up on. So ICP opened that window up to, okay, nah, you can be scary, you can be funny, you know what I'm saying? Like they were funny and scary all at the same time, and you could be hip hop. You know what I mean? Because that Carnival Carnage and the Juggler, those are hip hop tracks, my nigga. And then you get the Night of the Axe where it's kind of scary. Then you get First Day Out where it's funny. They show me that diversity exists. You know what I'm saying? And so left field, you know what I'm saying? Like so left field diversity, you know what I mean? Not just like having an R&B singer on a hook for a track and making a pop song on it. Because that was diversity at the moment for hip hop, But they was like, nah, you could be way left field and still make dope shit. And I remember trying to play that shit for like people and my mom, and I was just trying to play that shit for everybody. They didn't get it, they didn't connect to it because it was different. But I like that about him. You know what I'm saying? That's what I liked about him. That's why I was excited to show people. And when they weren't connecting, I was like, okay, this ain't for everybody. This is for me. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna use them as inspiration for what the fuck I can do.
No, that's kind of why I wanted to ask that question too, because I just felt, like it kind of needs to be said, because I kind of related right there. Because I've been in those same shoes, you know, and I just wanted to like get people to see that, you know, like, some people don't fit into it. It's not for everybody, but it did for us or as artists, or you know, like.
And it's crazy because they have something for everyone. They're not just crazy yelling, screaming. They're not just stupid fucking whatever, like funny jokes. No, they're not just scared. You can find something from them and show something. Like they got straight bars, they got lyrics, and they got stories. They're so diverse, and that's what the fuck I appreciate from them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think some people focus too much on the image, you know, the clown makeup and stuff like that, and just think, you know, oh, okay, they heard a corny bar or something like that. It's like, no, but they have some other bars where it's talk about like some stuff that could deal with political situations.
They touched on fucking everything they possibly. You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck, bro?
Yeah, and I think
different styles.
Day out. That's my shit. That's my shit. First day out.
Yeah.
Get up, bitch. I'm wearing the June buzz and shit.
Yeah.
Hey, fuck you. Boom. Got another funky rhyme. Oh shit. It's the ICP. This is my jam. This is my puffity folk internet. Oh shit. Oh shit. They put the dates up, so I bail. It's been 6 months, pick me up from that county jail. But the smart motherfucker paid my dues, steel rubbers and rubber shoes. But I ain't lacking. Here come the fellas. I can see the muffler dragging. Ain't been in the car long. And the go is almost gone. My nuts are kind of hard, so I need a mate. So my home cousin set me up with a blind date. She said, pick me up at 3. Cat bitch. Bus don't ride your street. We're going to eat at Mexican Village. Take a cab and I'll pay the tab. And when she showed up, but I be damn. Left my wallet at home on the TV stand. Have a player for dinner too. With the knot in my sock. You dumb bitch, you. She's all pretty up for nothing. I smell like shit in my Jimmy Struck fit. And I'm chewing on my food like a pit bull. Cause I won't front for the hoe. Stuck my face in a bowl of soup. Sucked it all up through my missing tooth. Man, that was the shit.
That's hip hop. You can't tell me.
I got a story.
You know?
I got a story about that. My first time in Detroit, I went to Mexican Village and I ordered exactly what he ordered. You know what I'm saying? Like from that song. I did a lot of like juggalo touristy shit my first time there, man. A lot of the shit they name dropped throughout their career, I went and visited. But I knew first day out, Mexican Village, I had to get the steak, the soup, whatever you bought. I spent a grip on that shit. You know what I'm saying? But I did that because of that song.
Yeah. And I gotta tell you something real quick, because me and the Motor City Mac that were from Detroit up Southwest, from the West Side, but Blatonio Todd is actually from Tucson, Arizona, but he grew up out Detroit. Hip hop like Awesome Dre and Esham, ICP, all that. You know what I'm saying? Like Jack Frost. I mean, I can go on Dice, shit like that.
Dice, but, the brother right there.
But yeah, when he came to Detroit, he rocked the show right with rest in peace, brother Marquise. He had came out here and did a show right after he was on the Hood Smoker podcast, and then he went out there and he came out here. But we took him to Mexican Village and shit. But he fucked me up because he's from Tucson, Arizona. That's where he's at. That's why it's sunny out where he's at right now and shit. But but he ordered this food straight fluent Spanish, had me all fucked up. I'm like, damn, like what the fuck? Like he had me all fucked up. But
we're right to the border, so you know, yeah.
We took like through Delray, went by Zug Island, like all that shit. You know what I'm saying? We had to roll up on Zug Island and shit, and fucking took him through Delray, which ain't really much no more and shit. But see the factory smoking, choking, pain, cause Delray funk is in my brain.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I got a song called "Stuck in Michigan," and I told a story based on my first couple times out there, and one of my times was I had some shit in Zug Island where motherfuckers didn't like me being there and shit like that.
Oh shit!
So
yeah,
it's great. It's a vibe out there for sure.
Yeah,
no doubt.
Yeah, it's vibe for sure. Yeah, no. When you plan on coming back out, like to the D, man?
So I was just there in January, and I'm looking for any excuse. I'm looking for any. I did the Shaggy show with Joe, with Shaggy 2 Dope out there, and I worked with Clay a little bit in the studio. I did a lot of. And I shot the video Angie all out there. All in January. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We were promoting Juggalo Weekend in my city. That was the show we were promoting then. But I'm looking for any fucking reason to go out there. I would say that's my second and third home, brother. You know what I'm saying? That in New York. New York's my second home. I spent a lot of time out there for the acting shit. And then Detroit, man, just legendary. And I got so much love out there, man. So I'm looking for any excuse. Like I said, that show with Cuba Link, any show y'all running, invite me there. I'm there.
Most definitely.
That's what's up. Yeah, no, and best believe, be careful what you wish for, cause definitely
Cuban
wanna.
Link knows who you are, so you know. I've been shooting him your music since we booked you and shit. I shot him first, Bad Meets Killer. Then I was like, damn, I started listening to more and more. I'm like, I started shooting him more tracks and shit. So you know what I'm saying. So he knows who you are. So
thank you.
Yeah.
Word, thank you.
Yeah. But so we could probably make that happen for sure and shit.
Yeah, I was gonna say, do you have any acting gigs in the works like currently? Like, cause mixing with that, like, you have anything currently right now, or is that kind of like, cause I know it bounces back and forth. You do music for a while.
Yeah, I just did a film in February, and right now I have an audition on the table. I'm still auditioning. So, but usually when I book something and I wrap up, I got a couple auditions lined up, and then we just go from there. And a lot of dope shit is the commercials I do. I still get random ass, big ass checks sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Residuals, or sometimes I do a commercial from a year ago and they re-up it for another year, and that's like another side. So it's a steady form of income. You know what I mean? And that's another one of my dreams. So I've only wanted to be two things in my entire life, and that's a rapper and an actor, and I'm doing them both. You know what I mean?
That's
what's up. Movies coming out soon?
Say what?
Some movies coming out soon. We've been talking about the music. You got some. I know.
The one you just did, actually, if you want to plug that real quick, let us know which one you just did too, because that's what I was gonna say. Yeah.
The one I just did was like a smaller indie joint. So usually with those, I never know what the hell's going on with them. But something I do got coming up is I'm on a show called Poker Face that's on Peacock. I think season 2 is coming out. That's with Natasha Lyonne. That's her show. So I did the episode with her and Katie Holmes and Giancarlo, who plays Gus from Breaking Bad. So I'm in one episode of that. So you can check out season 2 of Poker Face. I'm excited to announce that right now. That's breaking news right there. Nobody knows about that.
We appreciate that too. And if you want to put it also in the comments afterwards, like in the comments of our thing, because we like to try and do that. Like make sure that we don't hold anybody. Like we definitely use our platform to try and promote the best we can. Because you coming on, that does we want to give it right back. The same thing.
I gotta ask you, have you done any commercials?
100%. 100%.
Go ahead if you want to plug some of those too real quick.
Yeah, man. Geico. I did a lot of Geico commercials. Liberty Mutual. I just got a nice little check from them. Liberty Mutual. I did Xfinity with a NBA player named Gordon Hayward. I did like an Xfinity Comcast commercial. A lottery commercial. Lot of different commercials, man. That's a really solid form of surprising income, man. I love doing commercials, but I love acting. So any job I can get, bro, I'm fucking excited and I'm grateful for. You know what I mean? That's what I'm all about, bro.
Any of these Tubi movies in Detroit, or like McGraw Ave or anything like that? You know what I'm saying?
Yo, yeah, sign me up, man. Long as they fuck with SAG actors and not all non-union, I'm with it. You know what I'm saying? Because I can't do a lot of non-union shit, I can't do any non-union shit. So as long as they fucking with SAG, I'm with it.
Yeah.
We got a question in the chat if you want to take it from the homie Christopher Jordan from Staten Island, New York. He said he wants to know what you think about AI, the AI and hip hop and shit, using AI and hip hop.
AI hip hop is crazy because you gotta Eminem just embraced it on his new record. You know what I'm saying? Like he used AI with you like his voice to make it back to Slim Shady a little bit. So there's ways you can use it in a creative way, but if you're just using it to write lyrics and just stealing lyrics and just making complete songs, I think that's lazy, and I think that's a hindrance. And as an actor, we just is on a strike. I don't know if y'all know, but maybe 2020.
Tech movement.
Yeah, we were just on a strike, and a big part of that is AI. You know what I mean? Like a lot because now you can just have background actors in the back, all AI motherfuckers now. You know what I mean? And we fought for a lot of those rights. So AI is a hindrance, but there are creative ways to use it. You know what I mean? And when people do it right, you know, it's good. But there's gonna be a lot of creators, independent creators, that's gonna take a hit on that. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
We always said that like the only rapper that gets a pass on that is the DOC. We talked to him about it. You know, he lost his
DOC
voice.
or also what was it? Seagull. Yeah.
Yeah. Because DOC, he was like, his pen is still cold. You know what I'm saying? He wrote so many hits that people don't even know.
You know, like one, and then come the 2 to the 3 and 4. Then come the beat they have in store. Lay the beats on top like bro, make it sound cooler than I let the door.
So that's dope. You know what I'm saying? Getting his voice back via AI, like shit like that, man. Like there's gonna be avenues. We can't avoid it. We can't, run from it. It's gonna be in our lives. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's gonna be evil and it's gonna be a benefit. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be both. And it's all about who uses it for good and who uses it for evil. You know what I mean? Just like anything.
Yeah, because it puts everybody at risk. Like, okay, say you keep coming up. All of us could be in danger, and then they use your voice. They could say some shit that you totally are not about.
100%.
Yeah, that's where it's like, okay, but like people got to pass. That was immediately. It was like he lost his voice, so DOC, of course,
Right.
Can do impressions, but now it's giving everybody that kind of like position where they can, like I do impressions and stuff. But you gotta look at it, it's cheating. Like when some people do that. I mean, but if they do it for right, that's cool. But it's scary, because some people could damage people.
They're very accurate, man. I'm part of the Shaggy Show with Shaggy 2 Dope, and a segment on Shaggy 2 Dope show is him talking to an AI version of himself. You know what I'm saying? And it sounds just like him. You know what I'm saying? And that's kind of the funny part about it, is because it sounds like he's talking to himself. But if that's like that now, imagine in a couple of years from now, you'll be able to video chat with the motherfucker.
Right.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, they capture parts of the personality, all that stuff. But then when they contest the algorithm, they can make a different version of it, whereas the personality, and then mess up, make them say some stuff.
Like Drake using it with Tupac, and it just didn't sound right because he didn't have that whole like thug life.
Right. Yeah. Some shit you can't fake. Yeah. There's some shit you can't fake. 100%. And that's what we need as artists, as creators, is to bring that human element that they can't fuck with. You can mimic my voice and you can write some whatever lyrics, but you ain't gonna bring what I bring to the stage. You ain't gonna bring what I bring. You know what I'm saying? Real shit.
And we got to expect a new breed of like people that we got to make sure that we kick out of that scene too, because like who might try and ruin it. That might be blasphemy. Imagine like DMX, rest his soul and everything like that. I do an impression of that, but it's like you got somebody who does that and totally like tarnishes his image and makes it look like he's kissing Ja Rule's ass or something. Is what I'm saying. For example, not just for example, but I'm just saying that would be total blasphemy that we need to kick people like that out.
Yeah, and there's gonna be straight up AI artists, like people that are famous for AI creations. There's gonna be that, and it's gonna be like the new version of TikTokers and influencers that niggas like us be like, what the fuck? Like, and it's just gonna be stale as fuck. But
it'll be stale for a while. We've all gone through shit hop.
Yeah.
Well, I gotta ask this question. This is from it's one of Cuban Link's homies in the chat right now. Shabby Smith going under the tag name Diggler under there. I didn't know who it was. I seen they had a Blue Rich, and then it was like I did change their name on there, but it's Shabby. It's Diggler on here, but he wants to know how close are you to working with Eshawn?
Yeah. We met in New Hampshire. I'm not sure if he remembers that. But like I said, for whatever reason and whatever happened on his side of life, I was on my way to Detroit and he followed me. You know what I'm saying? And I've been following him for a minute. So I'm on his radar. I haven't followed up and we haven't connected since. But knowing that, I feel like it's very much a possibility. You know what I'm saying? And that would be amazing. But it's like it's gonna be a thing where I'm not just gonna pull out some shit. It has to be the right song. You know what I mean? It has to be the right shit. And when I have it, When I have this shit, then I'm like, oh, Eshawn gonna be cold. I'm not gonna hesitate. It's not that I haven't hit him up because I haven't hit him up. Nah, like when I have the right track, oh, I'm sending that shit. You know what I mean? 100%. Like I've done that with everything, with Royce, with anybody I've ever worked with. I'm not just be like, let me send you some beats and let's find some shit out now. It's like it's that's a little too much. I'm like, okay, Eshawn will be cold on this motherfucker. Hey, slide in, you know what I'm saying? And let's tap in. That's how I'm gonna work with it. You know what I mean? But I feel like it's really a big possibility. We in the same circles, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we had Eshawn create another story. Not to tell too many stories because it's your time. But when Blatonio came to Detroit, we took him, me and BKX, took him to this bar over off Jefferson and shit. And it was kind of like a country bar and shit. And they had the jukebox up real loud. So I went over to the jukebox and I typed in Eshawn. Traffic Closed Casket popped on there and shit. And I hit that shit and hit play. And that shit came out so damn loud, banging and shit. It was like, how'd it go? I think if the Motor City Mac Dad's in here, he can spit it perfectly. But
you know, like, but first I hear, you know, Brother King X, he's all looks, oh hell no, because he saw what he was gonna select, and I was kind of like, oh no, and then he hits it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you got it, like you could have sworn like, yeah, oh man, I'm getting.
Yeah. No, but there was some cats we actually met there that knew like some Detroit legends that rocked with like Jack Frost and Dice and shit. They were like, y'all showing your age and shit. They were like, y'all showing your age playing at E-Shot. But it just fucked the whole bar up, like even the bartenders and the staff, because they had it up loud with the country. And then here comes E-Shot. It was like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6, 6, like hard as hell, loud as fuck through the whole bar and shit.
Now, that being said, also we had an AI song we made that talked about it. All I did was type in like a couple things. It sounds like a country song.
Yeah.
That could show you like, but that's the example.
Yeah, it came out and told the story. It was like, Jagga the Black Brother King.
You know, like, yeah.
Like, bumping
went to a
bar.
Shit.
Like, yeah, it said, and it sang it like, sounded like Garth Brooks or somebody, or Tim McGraw or some
play
shit.
Sham on the jukebox a little too loud. That's what it
That's crazy. Yeah, see, that shit crazy.
Sham on the jukebox a little too loud. You know? Yeah.
That shit's
I know that
crazy.
Christopher Jordan, that Eshawn's from New York, but he was raised in the Motown where brothers go down. Now I see he said in the chat, they say Eshawn from New York. But yeah, but he was raised here in Detroit. He never said he wasn't born in Amityville, New York. You know what I'm saying? So,
Right.
so that's where he was born
It's
at.
like the outskirts or whatever, yeah.
What about Dice? Did Dice ever hit your radar? The neighborhood shit talker?
Not that I know of, no.
Okay, I was just wondering. He was on Eshawn, a lot of Eshawn shit back in the days.
A lot of the Detroit hip hop that I know is because of ICP, who are like very big hip hop historians, and same with Eminem. You know what I'm saying? And they show love. They pay homage. You know what I'm saying? So all you have to do is watch one of their interviews or anything. They shout out people constantly. You know what I'm saying? And they show love and they tell what people. The reason I know Merciless Amir is because of ICP. The reason I know of Danny K is because of ICP. And all they show love to same thing with Awesome Dre. Same thing with Eshawn. You know what I'm saying? That's real shit. It's real shit because I'm from Mass. How the fuck would I know? You know what I'm saying? Like I know because they're such vocal supporters of what they love, and they bring them out to the gathering, like you said. If they fuck with you, if they're inspired by you, they send the invite, man, and they want to showcase them. Like, hey, I think these guys are the shit, man. These guys inspired us to do what we do. Show them love. You know what I mean? So big on them, big on Violent J and Shaggy for doing that. You know what I'm saying? For showing love and setting the spotlight to Detroit hip hop. You know what I mean?
I agree.
Yeah, no, that's dope. I remember when I was in Massachusetts, I seen some me and my homeboys from Southwest, rest in peace, Matt. But we seen a Hatchet Man on a ride, and he was a little bit older than me and shit. And I was like, he was more a Latin freestyle fan and shit. But I was like, yo, why don't you go? I was like, I bet you if you go over there and say you're from Southwest, but don't say Detroit. I was like, just say you're from Southwest. I bet you they know you're from Southwest Detroit and shit. And he was like, yeah, right.
That's dope.
And they did and shit. And they was like, yeah. He was like, holy shit, like It was like, yeah, whoop whoop Southwest. He was like, love.
100%. They painted such in Eminem. They painted such a fucking vivid picture of that shit, man. And being from the outside, you can only visualize it. You know what I'm saying? You can only imagine what they're such fucking, artists with the words. They painted that picture so perfectly. So when you're there, it's like you've been there all your life. Real shit.
Yeah.
So when I would have done the same shit, you would have came up to me, a little nigga, in Massachusetts and said Southwest. I'm like, oh shit, Southwest, like I see, like, yep, there you go.
Yeah. See, and what you said earlier too, like when we asked you about Dice and stuff, see it hit, like that's how I found out about him was over here. So it hits different cities different. Has
Right.
Jack Frost, like if you've heard, are you familiar? I mean, I'm sure you've seen most recently with Jack Frost. Was he on? Did he ever hit your radar over there in like Massachusetts as far as because he reached us, like for me, I was.
Yeah, we got our own Jack Frost in Massachusetts, but I heard of Detroit's Jack Frost once again from ICP. They just mentioned him, so I'm aware of him, but he hasn't hit my radar like that.
Yeah, he got a few new tracks.
There's a couple Jack Frost from what I heard. Yeah.
He just dropped a new video with Esham and shit called Bad.
Oh, there you go.
It's dope as fuck.
Yeah.
Now go ahead.
No, I was saying, yeah. What was you gonna say, man? Yeah, because it was like I was just gonna say, yeah, like going old school or something. I always like refer to Jack Frost. It's kind of like, when I say like, and he took it as a nod of respect. Whereas it was like he was kind of like Detroit's Big Daddy Kane.
Most definitely.
Word.
But still up to date though, not old school.
But yeah. And like Awesome Dre and people like that. You mentioned Jack Frost and like Esham, like back in the days from like the 80s and shit in Detroit. Yeah, Jack Frost was like that guy back then, late 80s.
It's crazy. Being from Mass, so these are the artists I work with from Detroit, just Detroit. King Gordy.
Okay.
King Gordy's on the new album.
What's it?
Maniflex. He'll be on there. Yep. I got that song. It's called How Can I Sleep with a fellow Detroit MC named Zitro. That's gonna be on the new album that drops Friday, March 21st. Royce is on the new album. You guys obviously heard that. ICP's on the new album, also from Detroit. So that's 3, and then Mike P. So if you're talking Detroit, they're heavily on the new album. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And if you talk about my past works, I've worked with Bizarre before as well. We got a song together.
Shout out
to
Foulmouth. Have you met Foulmouth?
And then,
Foulmouth.
Foulmouth.
Who?
Foulmouth. Have you worked with Foulmouth yet? Yeah, like
Foulmouth. Oh, that's Bizarre's boy. Nah, I haven't worked with him yet.
Oh, okay.
He's a dope ass producer and shit.
Yeah, he is. Yes, he is. I'm totally.
He's good.
Yeah.
Another question in there. They want to know. CJ Smith wants to know if you ran into Buckshot at any gatherings.
Nah, because I'm fairly new to the gathering scene. My first one was in 2021. That's another thing that growing up, I just was appreciating and watching the gathering from afar. You know what I'm saying? Just like watching the highlights and the seminars and shit on YouTube, because I've always wanted my first gathering to be as an artist. I always wanted to be, performing instead of attending. You know what I'm saying? Even though I would have loved to attend, but I knew in my heart that, I wanted to be as a performer. And I don't think he's been there for the last couple of years. I think he was a couple of years before me. He was a staple. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So did you meet Gordy, or did y'all do that via email and all that, or did you actually meet?
Oh no, we did that in Massachusetts. We got 2 songs together. One's unreleased right now. I'll probably release that as like a Halloween single or something. That it doesn't really fit on no project. It's because I wanted that. He was like, "What do you want on this?" I was like, "I want that fucking Vader Gordy, nigga. Talk your shit, Gordy, nigga." So it don't really fit on none of my projects, but
something for everybody.
Exactly. And so that one's definitely coming out. Probably as a holiday. It's some wicked shit for sure. And but he's on the new album and it's perfect. It's some more dark wicked shit, but it's properly placed, man. And it's such a fucking I can't wait for y'all to hear it. Especially I can't wait for y'all to hear it.
When it comes to shock rap and horrorcore and wicked shit, King Gordy, I mean, he definitely comes through with it.
Yeah, man. And that's what I needed. That's some other shit that I was like, who was on this third verse? King Gordy. That's some shit where if I know, I'm reaching out and I make it happen. But yeah, I was in the studio with him in Massachusetts. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's dope.
That's what's up.
I don't know if they're asking if you were. Is Paul Wall done the? They're asking about Paul Wall. Has Paul Wall done the gathering lately?
Not since I've been there.
Oh, they're asking. I see Light. What about Light? I know. Shout out to Monster. I know. And G's down with Monster. We rock with Project Born. That's our homies and shit. Schizo.
I was gonna ask about Project Born, like if you brush shoulders with them, you know, like Frank Midden, Polk, you know, damn.
Hey, speaking of ICP, you know they partner with McDonald's for a Halloween Happy Meal. You get a jack-o'-lantern.
Oh, that's
dope. Gangster. Nah, Light. I tapped in with, man. We're in communication a lot. You know what I'm saying? I fuck with him. We haven't worked. That's another shit. Like when the song happens, it happens. When I'm in the town, like he's one of those people. When I'm in town, I'll let him know. And if we link up, we don't. You know what I'm saying? If we link up, we do it, you know, whatever. Light's one of those. So I'm like, our connections are open. As far as Project Born, we've been in the same circles. We haven't really tapped in. I think we shared like merch space at the Gathering before, like where his table was next to ours. And we didn't really tap in like that. But they seem like great people, you know what I'm saying? Great people and obviously great artists, great MCs, you know what I mean?
Yeah, they're good people, man.
Yeah.
I could definitely see you guys working together in the future. That's why I wanted that too. Yeah,
I'm with it, man. I'm with it for sure.
No doubt. So if you had to do a top 5 or like a Mount Rushmore, what would that be of hip hop?
Of my favorites or the greatest? Oh, my favorites?
Yeah, your personal Mount Rushmore. This ain't nobody else's. This is yours and shit.
Well, yeah. So my favorite. So like when I think of Mount Rushmore, people usually make that Mount Rushmores of like who they think are the best because that's two different lists of who I think is the best. My favorite artist. You know what I mean?
Your favorite artist. Now who you think is the best?
And I would say generations even have to be accepted too. Like you know, like because if you kind of mark it,
right.
So I always like to think that as a disclaimer. You know, like okay, you know, I started with this guy. You know, like probably the top. Yeah, because now it's getting tougher. Yeah.
Right. We do that. So off the top, I would say Eminem. DMX. Let's put ICP in there.
Okay.
All right.
That'll count as one. A group will count as one.
Yep.
Give that pass always. Yeah.
It's tough, man. Let's go. 50. 50 Cent. 50 Cent.
One more.
It's crazy. Man, it's between Big Pun and Kanye.
Yeah. All right.
Yep.
Man, let's give him a bonus, man. Go ahead, man. Just random. Because you know that's a tough one. Because to narrow it down to 5 now is even tougher now. But go ahead, man. Just honorable mention, I guess.
Honorable mention. I can list those because the reason it took so long, not because I was hard of thinking. I wanted to list my favorites. I can honorable mentions fucking Redman, Method Man, the whole Terror Squad, fucking No Limit Records, Master P, Mr. Magic from No Limit, fucking Snow the Product, Kendrick, fucking yeah, man. I can go on and on, brother. Eazy-E, NWA, Dr. Dre, Snoop.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Yeah.
Yep.
That's what it's about, man.
It's a little bit tough because you know, and that's the worst part is like when we end the show is like we hate to do the shout out part because like you never want to forget.
Right.
So
yeah. But I took my time, even if there was some dead air. I took my time. I take that question very serious. You know what I'm saying? I take that question very serious. And who knows if you ask me next week, maybe it'll change. But to me, those are the ones that came out and the ones that stick to me is Big Pun, Eminem, DMX, Kanye, and ICP. That for real. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And Kendrick's creeping up there, brother. What his body of work's doing now, Kendrick's creeping up there.
What do you think about the Super Bowl show? Did you watch it? At halftime
Oh, I watched it. I was so excited. I was looking for it. I was rocking my fucking Kendrick shirt, man. I'm going to see him. I'm a Kendrick, like that's a nigga that I'm still fan. Like I'm not like I'm still like a fan in a lot of ways of this nigga, but I also want to work with him. Very excited.
That's cool.
Very, I was very pleased with what he did. I thought Mike was too low. You know what I'm saying? But I think he killed it as an MC. He killed it. I think for the culture, he gave us a lot of iconic visuals that will last forever. You know what I mean? I think he did the damn thing.
Yeah, definitely the imagery. Yeah, the imagery that was going through.
hip hop.
The imagery is crazy. I just got goosebumps. Yeah, because we're gonna be talking about that for a long time.
Well, yeah, like Samuel Jackson, just in particular,
killed it. Absolutely killed it, man. I couldn't believe, yeah. Even Serena, like seeing Serena, like the way she did it, like bro, that whole shit, I think was flawless, brother. And he didn't do like his hits. You know what I mean? Like he didn't do a lot of the shit people were expecting him. It was very intricate. His song playlist, and he did it very, very different. You know what I mean?
And then how he did that diss trap, everybody was anticipating it. They was all anticipating it. Finally, he came out with it. He ain't even had to say the main parts that people was worried about him saying because the crowd said it for him and shit.
Yeah. Yeah, I was very happy with it. There's a video of me like dancing to it. My girl was taking it. You know what I'm saying? I was excited. I was up. I was jumping around like for real. Like he's still one of those people that get that side out of me. You know what I mean?
I feel like he's one of those artists that like every generation can like listen to him.
Yeah.
Every generation and shit. The younger, the older, to everybody and shit.
He's that one. I'm very excited for his career, man. And that's another one that I can't wait to work with. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Nah, for real. All right, well, okay. And you don't have to agree with us, of course, like this is your show right here. But I was gonna say, that being said, about that's pretty much like the first diss track to win a Grammy too, is like, They're Not Like Us. Now, with that, we all have different opinions on it. For me personally, and I think the rest of my team right here, like, it's like, it's a dope track, They're Not Like Us, but like historically, would you say that's the best diss track made though? Like personally to you? I mean, for us, I gotta say there's other ones, but I'm happy to see a diss track that actually got a Grammy, historically. But
okay. That's crazy because we grew up on diss tracks. Come on. You gotta think. Like we grew up on beef. There was whole beef fucking mixtapes. You know what I'm saying? And beef mixtapes and beef DVDs. We grew up on that shit, man. So it's tough. There's always gonna be some that come to mind, especially when shit's like really, really grimy and niggas is really trying to get personal and kill niggas and end niggas when it's really serious, when it's really personal. Those are the ones that resonate with me. I'm like, oh fuck, you went there, like that type of shit, man.
Right. You're talking about having a past with battle rapping, so of course,
right.
It's a diss track. It's a diss track as far as I'm concerned. Yeah, boom.
Yeah. So Not Like Us is very unique in the fact that I was tuned in, super tuned into the entire beef, man. I was there when everything dropped. Like I was like, oh shit, 2 minutes ago, Kendrick dropped. Oh shit, Drake just dropped right. Like it was one of the craziest like 3 days in hip hop history, and I was so ecstatic to be a part of that. You know what I'm saying? I was like, this is hip hop history we're living in. I can say I was there fucking living it. You know what I'm saying? Not retrospectively, like a lot of this shit. I was there living it, watching these motherfuckers go back and forth. So when I think he dropped like 6 a.m. and something like that. He dropped a song midday type shit, right? That I love. That he didn't really. I loved that track. The beat was crazy.
Like the wonder shots. Pop, pop, he's like, yeah, got him.
Love that shit. And then the same day he dropped again with Not Like Us. So Not Like Us, I remember that's some shit that you can ask me 20 years in the future where I was. Because I remember I'm in bed and I was like, yo, he just dropped some shit. He dropped again. I click and got that artwork with the fucking pins and shit. And I play it and it was very weird. I was like, oh shit, this is crazy. And I was like, huh. And I know exactly. I spent like an hour listening to that song on repeat. For whatever the reason, something came over me where I had to keep listening to that song. Like it was fucking incredible, bro. It's one of the greatest in my opinion of all time. But but if you make a playlist of diss tracks, You might dance to that motherfucker. You might love that shit, but there's gonna be some shit where it'll make you uncomfortable. It'll make you fucking, you know what I'm saying? That's the type of shit I like personally on diss tracks. You know what I'm saying?
You think he
Oh yeah,
finished Drake
because
off?
it's not supposed to be nice, you know. Yeah, like some are done right, you know, but yeah, but it's
You think Drake's
yeah. We're not trying to
done,
make friends here. It's not love songs to one another. You know, it's just not
Right.
love songs. Yeah, like yeah.
Right.
You think
I don't
Drake,
even like the friendly ones like that. I don't really like the friendly diss songs. I don't like those.
They look
You
too
know what I
fake.
yeah,
mean?
you gotta hurt a
Yeah,
motherfucker's feelings
Yeah.
in a diss track. That's what it's about.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
no,
So
it's
like,
like no rules in a diss track. You had to, like, oh, you can't talk about my mom. You can't talk about this. You can't talk about my baby mom. You can't. I mean, that shit happens.
yeah, even
Take
like in battle rap, you know what I'm saying?
things
Even in
all
battle rap
if
where you see them like dapping up each other in the rounds, I don't even like I'm good. Like you already lost me.
Right.
yeah,
If you like
exactly.
giving
Go,
niggas
go on.
props, like I don't want to hear it. Like, you just
Yeah,
lost me in the whole I'm like clicking off your channel, nigga. Like fuck you talking about.
yeah. Yeah, like as far as we concerned, we always call it that's some love song shit. You know, yeah, you know, like
Yeah.
come back. Oh, wait, what did he say about me? Like, oh, okay.
Yeah,
So, like,
I think a song that like Euphoria Kendrick's diss Euphoria. I love that shit. That's more of like he was spitting on that, but it's gonna be usurped in by Not Like Us for the fucking wave it was. I'm so glad it happened though. I'm so glad Not Like Us did what it did because it set a precedent for diss tracks and hip hop in general. If you gonna
yeah,
diss, if you going to engage with another MC in combat, in verbal combat, the
mm,
bar has been set, my nigga. Have fun.
yeah, and you know, like, yeah, if you're gonna do it,
And the way
you
he
get
brought
every
everybody
put
together in the West
use
Coast was
ammunition
dope.
on people. That's the thing. I think that's the rule, right?
Yeah, yeah. Don't leave nothing in the clip. Don't leave nothing
Yeah.
in the clip.
Right.
Just fucking say what the
And
fuck you gotta
especially if we
say.
used to be friends. We used to be friends, and you know all that. Like now we're enemies and stuff. Dude, you know something
Right.
about me? Yep. Okay. No, it's off the table now. Boom.
Yep.
Yeah, hip
I'm gonna
hop is
talk about
definitely it's a sport. You know what I'm saying? It's
Don't come crying later. You know that's the way I look at it. It's like hip hop was never meant to be like really friendly. You know, it's like I mean the culture itself. You know, like breakdancing. That was
speaking of
like
diss tracks,
that
we
saved
got
that stopped the violence and shit. You know, that stopped the violence. You know,
Right.
breakdancing crews going against crews and stuff. So I think
yeah.
Right.
that
Oh,
like
off of
yeah.
what you saying right there, Blatonio Cruz going against Cruz. I see a comment. CJ Smith said, "In the heat of the ICP, Eshawn versus Eminem and D12, did you like pick a side during that when that was going
Oh,
down?"
That's a great fucking question.
yeah,
So
yeah.
I was really young. I was really young, and did I pick a side? No, I did not pick a side. I was still like really young. You know what I'm saying at the time, and I like both. When he was dissing, when he fucking dissed ICP on Marshall Mathers LP.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? I was like, holy shit, this shit is cold. And then, you know, ICP with their shit with the Slimatus and
Makes sense.
Please Don't
Yeah,
Hate Me and a little shot. So they came at it in two different ways, man. So I stayed a fan. You know what I'm saying? I stayed a fan of both of them. And I was like, damn, nah, I remember that shit, dog. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. I was like, because at the moment, like I was the only motherfucker that
nothing but a
knew
business.
ICP.
Yeah, yeah.
I was like the only nigga that knew ICP in my circle. I was like, he's dissing ICP, and nobody knew that they, you know what I mean, on Marshall Mathers LP, one of the biggest hip hop's albums of all time.
yeah, he was
That
going
they're
on
on that
stage
shit.
with blow up dolls with their face painted and shit. I mean, in some
Yep.
ways, I guess that helped ICP though, because it hit a fan base that might not have known who they were, and now these
Yeah.
people want to
100%.
know.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah,
But then it
So
put him in the greatest light.
he might have even did that, you know, like yeah, because like it apparently looked like you know, like they influenced him to an
yeah,
extent. So it was like
ICP and Eshawn were definitely influences on Eminem.
100%.
yeah.
And that's another thing that has to happen is the Eminem ICP song. It has to. It has to. It's too common. There's been mutual shout outs throughout the years. Let's make it happen. You know what I mean?
All right, here's a
ICP
tough question
Eminem.
for you real quick. Here's a tough question for you real quick. All right, you get a chance. You got Eminem, but you can only have one member of ICP. Who would it be? like as a collab, like a collab song, but you can only have one or the other. Like you can't have like, oh, who do you think you would have on the song?
I got you. To help me answer, why is this scenario happening? What predicament is making me what predicament is making me want ICP on the song, and what predicament is stopping me from getting both? You know what I'm saying? Just to help me answer the question.
Oh, on that, well, yeah, no, I mean that would be, like just or for whatever situation. I mean, like if you had, yeah, because I mean I would want both. Yeah, that would, that would be like bearing the hatchet.
Yeah, it's just yeah. To answer your question, man, I'm just trying to like So I do improv comedy, right? So a big thing we learn is justification, right? So if I'm doing something, I have to have a justification for it. So even in this hypothetical situation, I'm wondering, why do I want, and then why can't I have? So to answer your question,
okay, yeah. No,
it's just
okay,
that,
that's good. Yeah, but I was just like, I was thinking if I was asked that, that's
well, that's
kind
where
of
my brain went. That's where my brain went. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to dodge the question at all. I would love it.
No. But I was
So I
just
would.
thinking. I know it's a tricky question because if I was asked that, that's why I asked it.
So
Because
let me try to justify it. Let me try to justify it. So I'm in the studio with Eminem. There's some crazy ass shit that just screams ICP on it, right? But I'm in the studio with M, right? Okay, boom.
Yeah.
All right, so like that's another thing I harp back to. I'm like, I'm only gonna reach out when it speaks to me to reach out. I'm not just gonna be like, hey, let's work together, all vague and shit. So boom, I'm in the studio with M. Some shit hops on where like he picks the beat, and I'm like, okay, I can hear ICP on this motherfucker. All right. So like me and it's shit. If I need a fucking dope ass hook, I'm getting Shaggy. If I need a dope ass, you know what I'm saying? But if it's some storytelling shit, Jay will hop on. It depends on the song, I guess. You know what I mean? I guess it depends on the song.
I think that'd be dope if Eminem and ICP did a track together. I seen somebody said in the chat Eminem needs to be at the gathering and shit. I think that would be dope. I mean, they did squash. It's been squashed. You know what I'm saying? This shit's old. We getting too old for that beef and shit. Like same thing. Like even Royce and him had their problems. Like this shit was going down. I mean, diss tracks, and I don't think Eminem ever responded to Royce out of respect. You know what I'm saying? So
Right. I could, yeah, 100%.
That
100%.
right there, that's understandable. Yeah.
But I mean, that
Yeah,
shit.
we need an ICP M song, 100%. We need that. We need it for hip hop, 100%. And having M at the gathering would be crazy. This might be the year. This or 30th.
Yeah. Now, between here's two different camps right here. Okay, Eminem and ICP doing a collab, or Twisted and ICP doing a collab together. What do you think would be more possible to actually happen, like or sooner, like out of those two? You know what I mean? Because we know both cats had his
Eminem, because the olive branch has been extended in multiple albums, multiple interviews. You know what I'm saying? M shot Ivana J and the Clowns out a bunch of times throughout the years, just in lyrics. You know what I mean? So that he's extending his olive branch. ICP has said it in interviews. They extended. I think it's a matter of time, man, and I can't wait for it. You know,
I was kind of thinking something.
Yeah, I think that's the one. You know what I'm saying? I think that's one more realistic, and two needs to happen.
Yeah. More realistic and needs to happen. Yeah,
manifest it. Yeah, you put it in the air, it's gonna happen. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know it's gonna happen. Like that's another like I know it. I'm excited for it. You know what I'm saying? That's a big thing about manifestation is like you know it's gonna happen and you're just excited. You know what I mean? If you feel something that's gonna happen, like once I knew I was gonna work with ICP, I knew I was gonna work with ICP. Like that was it. And like I know I'm gonna work with Kendrick. Like it's just like and people hear it and people might laugh or whatever the fuck. I can name so many examples of when some shit wasn't actually happening that I just knew was gonna happen. So I did a show called Dexter, right? So Dexter came back. I'm on that. That was one of my favorite shows watching it. When I knew it was coming back, I knew I was on that. Like I knew I was gonna be on there. I'm a big wrestling fan. So boom. I wanted to go to my first WrestleMania, and it was gonna be like in New York or something, and people would ask me like, "Hey, you going to New York? I mean, you going to WrestleMania?" I would say yes, and like not lying. You know, I didn't have no tickets. I didn't know if it was, you know what I mean? I just knew it was gonna happen. There's so
Yeah.
many fucking scenarios where I'm like, yes, bro, like I know it's gonna happen, and then it happens. That's like
Yeah.
the biggest fucking thing I can tell people is to like, it's not just fucking wishful thinking if you fucking know it's gonna happen. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, absolutely. No, that I do agree in that. You know, like it's like it's really about believing. Yeah.
And you
You speak it
feel it and you
into
know it. You know what I mean? It's dope.
existence, speak it into existence, and it happens. Yeah.
Yeah.
How many people have we seen like curse themselves in a way that same way? You know, dude, don't say that. Boom.
Oh, I hate it. I hate it. I hate it, man. I hate it. That's why the song "Fantastic" is so important, and that's why the song "Shiny" is so important, man. I'm trying to do my part to change people's mindset and to think positively. When they ask me how I'm doing, say fantastic. When they ask me how I'm doing, say abundant. And then how a nigga so shiny. Like this is positive shit that changes fucking energies, man. That's what the fuck I'm here to do, man. Like all this negative shit, like, oh, that's never gonna happen. Like, oh, you never gonna work with this. Da, 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 da. I'm never gonna work. Like, I'm broke, nigga. Like, no, nigga, like, if you broke because you say you broke, nigga, like, what are you talking about?
Because it's kind of keeping that cycle, right? Yeah, kind of. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm,
yeah, you
no, don't say that.
you're stuck in a loop.
Yeah. Now, can people reach you to do features? That's what I was going to say too. They want to reach you.
100%.
Best way to reach you, like let people know.
Elite Energy Entertainment at gmail.com or Armed Robbery Entertainment at gmail.com.
No doubt.
Yeah.
And since you touched on the subject of wrestling, the Motor City Mac Dag just want to say this. Hogan, I'm coming for you, nigga.
Fuck yeah.
Oh man. Speaking of who's in trouble with
wrestling
hot
question.
tea, you having Hulk Hogan right now. Yeah, he kind of in some hot.
CJ Smith said AEW or WWE.
WWE is not even close. I was a big AEW fan. I didn't miss a show. First 2 years, I was big on AEW, brother, but I think they fell off. I think they lost their way, and I'm just not really into what they're doing right now. Hopefully they get back on track. You know what I mean? Because when they were at the top, they had a lot of dope shit. And I was very proud to be a fan of them. But right now, well, it's probably because it's WrestleMania season. But WWE's on that shit right now. They got the biggest names. They got the biggest crowds. They got some dope ass stories and shit like that. And AEW, they lost me a little bit ago. So hopefully they can get back on track.
Hey, you ever check out WoW?
Women of I'm hip though. I'm hip. I haven't checked it out.
Oh man, I love WoW, Women of Wrestling.
Yeah, I'm hip. That's where like Tony Storm and shit came from, and a lot of female wrestlers came from there. Yeah.
It actually used to be called Glow back in the day.
Yes. I'm hip, brother. A lot of dope shit. I may have caught a match or two on YouTube, like some like Tony Storm. I'm a big Tony Storm. That's like a bright spot in AEW right now. It's her character work is fucking dope. So I used to.
Oh man, they got this badass tag team there that's mother and daughter called the Mother Truckers.
That's dope. Ain't AJ Lee hit on there now?
Yeah, she like a executive producer.
Yeah, see, yeah, that's dope, man. Fuck yeah.
Of course, a couple of the Rock's relatives is over there. You got the Tonga twins. Two Samoan chicks just won the Wild World Championship.
That's what's up, man. I do, Flip Gordon. He's a wrestler. I think he's in CMLL right now. I do his entrance theme music. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay.
And then I've done a couple wrestlers theme musics. You know what I mean? And I have a song called Stone Cold, and I perform constantly where I end up Stone Cold stunning people. You know what I'm saying, on stage. And then JCW is big. You know what I mean? I incorporate the things I love into my art. You know what I'm saying? So wrestling has been a big part of me. So I've been a big part of wrestling. You know what I mean? Well, I try to be.
when it comes to me and wrestling, it's more than just WWF. I'll go back to the time of the territories.
There you go.
Smoky Mountain, Mid-Atlantic, Mid-South, big time wrestling, NWA, AWA, Ohio Valley.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
What about the UFC? Are you into that? Do you fuck with that? Any intro music things like shit like that for the fighters?
I used to be a fan of UFC. I haven't watched it in a few. I watched the last John Jones shit because I'm still a John Jones fan. So I watched his last shit.
You spoke my dude right there. John Jones.
Yeah, when he retired, Stipe, I watched that, but little too Trumpy, vibe. It's weird. It's a weird vibe right now there.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying? But there's a fighter, Aline Perez. She's dope. She brings a lot of character to her. She's a female UFC fighter. She brings a lot of character, so I'm hip on her. And then Stamp something. She's not in UFC, but she's an MMA. She's an Asian woman. I like the women. I like the women a lot. You know, I used to like watching them too. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, they bring it to the table. They do.
In sports and wrestling and the UFC, I gotta say the ladies, they bring it. They be actually be trying to fuck each other up.
Yeah. I think they're my favorite type of fights, man. They fucking bang. Well, you got Joanna Jacek having her face like this.
Oh. Well, Motor City Magnet, I think you only have like one male wrestler on your roster right now as a manager, right? I mean, and they've all fucked him up, right?
No pants. We gotta whip him into shape. We gotta get him together.
Yeah, because he came back and all. Yeah, that's my boy. And yeah. Would you ever get interested in my brother? Like
everybody, last couple interviews, this came up, man, and I always bring people back. Like, hey, I do ring music. I watch it. I would love to be a part of it in some way. I think I would be solid. I played like a wrestling character on a Twitch series before. You know what I'm saying? I was like a heightened version of myself, like a actor, rapper, and just like a heel. You know what I'm saying? So I've definitely dabbled. You know what I mean? And a lot of people ask me if I'm ever going to, and I think it's only a matter of time. I'm not gonna be working a match or anything like that. I don't think it may happen, but I want to be involved because of my love for it. I would love to be involved in some way, whether it be as a character, a mouthpiece, a writer, or continue doing what I'm doing on the creative side and make this dope music. You know what I'm saying? My song played in Madison Square Garden because of wrestling. You know what I mean? My dog Flip Gordon was in you know what I'm saying, MSG. My vocals bumping through the PA system at MSG because of that. So, and then Carmelo Hayes, who's currently in the WWE, he's from around my way. I did one of his first fucking entrance themes on the Independence when he was Kristen Casanova. You know what I mean? Wrestling opens a lot of doors for me, you know what I mean? And I'm gonna always embrace it. I mean, I'm open and receptive to all the fucking love and abundance that shit got to offer, you know what I mean? Because my love for it.
That's dope. Hell yeah.
You know what? That's the whole purpose of the Motor City Mac Daddy. See, the Motor City Mac Daddy is like the Jay Prince, Suge Knight of the wrestling world.
Hell fuck, that's dope. There's not a lot. Yeah, I like that. I haven't seen that. I haven't seen that around. I fuck with that.
Oh yeah, no, I mean he's got some females on the roster, and then right now he's got my son like wrestling for him and stuff, and my son ain't that good, but I don't know because those girls beat him up like recently. And, but
I got a show in July in New Hampshire called Nails Fest. I think there's gonna be some wrestling there, and and I think I might be involved some way, some capacity. We'll see. I mean, that might be the debut, might not. We'll see.
That's dope.
And keep us posted. Yeah, like for sure. You get anything like that, we will definitely promote it. You know, we ain't gonna leave you hanging on that. You know, like you let us know. You know, like we do take that serious.
No doubt. Yeah, right now the big thing is Maniflex. I can't wait for you guys to hear it, man. Like can't wait. This album, you can tell its age because of, DMX is on the fucking album. That's how old this album is.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? This album has been sauteing, marinating for years for the right moment, for the right timing. You know what I mean? I could have released it independently. I could have released it at any point in time, but it had to be the right time. And I thought this year was the right time. And I just can't wait for it to finally fucking come out.
Right. Yeah. Now, question, if I may ask, is the beat from the one that you recorded to, or did you change it at all? Like, if you know what I mean. Like,
What?
did I was saying the beat that you sent him to record to and stuff, or was this like, is it the same beat? Or
Same beat. Yep.
Sometimes it'd be like, oh no, times have changed. Sometimes you switch it, and I know how that is. But same beat.
Same beat, same concept, and it was supposed to be more, and then he passed. So what I got from him is enough for me. I mean, that's a dream come true, and he opens the record. You know what I'm saying? He's on the first record of the. You know what I mean? He's on the first song of the record. You know what I mean? But if I got screenshots. If you date back, he was promoting me a lot during that time. Not a lot, but he shared my song Stone Cold on his story, and he was very intact. And it's tough because we communicated a lot via DMs and whatnot. So like I don't even have like his clearance on streaming services at the moment. You know what I mean? I got in contact with his estate, right? And apparently his estate don't have I don't know, property to do it or something like that, right? But there's a lot of fake or old stale, like old DMX verses, from those feature beat packs and shit like that.
Oh, the packs, yeah. Yours is different. Yeah.
Right. There's a lot of shit like that where it gets cleared because they got like some random ass piece of paper. But me and X was communicating together. You know what I mean? So all I have is screenshots. Yeah, all I have is screenshots of it, but I'm still working with his estate to get it cleared. They're fine with it, coming out and promoting it, but they're fine with it. It's just, DistroKid, who I use as the distributor, is like, we can't use it. You know what I mean? So that's why it's like, his clearance ain't on streaming, but I got, I know it's real, you know what I'm saying? And then I got the proof and all that, and I got to share the same, you know what I'm saying? I got to work with one of my favorites of all time.
Yeah, I can't wait
That's
to
dope.
hear that track.
Yeah, no, we can wait too. Yeah, we all can't wait. That's dope. Yeah. But that's why I want to ask, because like I know how that is. Sometimes times change. If it's been sitting in the vault, sometimes people switch the beat. But it was like, yeah. Because as a rapper, like how we ask those questions.
Clay, I got Clay cutting on that record. You know what I mean? That's another shit where I was like, all right. Yeah, Clay and DMX are listed as features on that record, and Clay don't rap on the record, but he cuts. So that's still a feature to me. You know what I mean?
That's dope. You can Clay and DMX on. To me, it's dope.
Yeah.
What about the Dayton family? I see they brought up the shoestring in the chat. Have you worked with the Dayton family at all?
No, I haven't worked with them. Man. But they were just there at the gathering. They did main stage. You know what I'm saying? So once around, same circle, just hasn't really tapped in.
Yeah, I actually got the honor to be in the studio, not just rock shows, but be in the studio with Bootleg and Rest in Peace Ghetto E and shit. So, legends, yeah. I just seen they mentioned them in the chat. Salute to the Dayton family all day. But March 21st, the album's dropping, right? So where'd you get the name Maniflex? What does it mean? Like, I know there's got to be something behind it and shit.
I mean, we catch Manifest, obviously, right?
100%.
But go ahead.
100%, man. So my first album's called Energy, right? So Energy dropped in 2019. That's when I officially made my name change. Okay, so I was a rapper named Killachip for a long time. And a lot of people may know me as Killachip or knew me as Killachip. And in 2019, I went under this, this transformation where I wanted to be all encompassing under my real name, because I was already acting at the time, and I didn't want two separate things. I didn't want Killachip and Tierre. I wanted everything to be all encompassing.
Right.
So my first album, I had a career long before my first album. I had mixtape. I was dropping mixtapes after mixtapes. I was very active, but it wasn't until that I think is the real start of everything. You know what I'm saying? Everything that you see today. And energy has been a word that's followed me around my whole career because that's the number one compliment I ever got. Whether I left the stage, whether we just had a conversation, whether I'm on a date with somebody, energy has always followed me around, right? And it wasn't until that time frame, maybe 2018 and 2019, when I started therapy and I started meditation and I started learning what energy is and how to utilize my energy better. That's when everything changed because I didn't know anything about law of attraction or anything like that. I was just using that subconsciously because that's kind of how I'm wired anyways. But once I realized what energy was and how important it is and why it's been following me my entire life, I had to name my first project Energy. So that project is based on telling that story and how important that is. Fast forward all these years to Maniflex. I think that word just came to me somewhere. I can't pinpoint when and where, but I remember where I was. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna name my record Maniflex because I've been manifesting things very heavily since Energy till when I came up with the name. That's all I was doing is visualization, gratitude, prayer, meditations, all that shit was filling in the gaps. You know what I mean? So it only felt right that this record is about manifestation. My next record ain't gonna be about manifestation. It's gonna be about something else. That's how I'm treating my records. It's gonna be a time capsule and a message for each one. So this one is about manifestation, and I'm not only telling you about it, I'm showing you. Look who's on the record. It's real. All right, it's true. Fucking do it. This is how. Fucking have fun. Live your best life. Live your dreams. And Maniflex is kind of like you're doing
And
it,
it's a
and
flex.
it's like
A flex
it's
is
a
showing.
flex.
A flex is showing.
Yes, it's a flex, and you don't even have to flex, man. It's doing it for you. The fact that you're in the room with ICP is a flex. The fact that the video with Royce the 5'9" is out, that's a man of flex. These are flexes that you're just sitting down and absorbing the fucking abundance from it. You know what I mean? That's what man of
I
flex is
dig
all
it.
about.
Yeah, because I caught that right away, and it was like, yeah. And then when you said about showing you, I was like, yeah, okay, what is showing you? Man, a flex.
That's it.
It's a man of flex. Perfect. Yeah, that's dope, brother. Like for real.
Yeah. And I got the pre-order. The bundles just dropped, so like I'm excited for y'all to hear it. But if you guys are able to cop the CD, the flavor. That's like my first like jewel case with booklet. I put a lot of time into the artwork and what comes in the physical disc. All right, when it comes into the physical, because we all collectors. You know what I'm saying? But if you guys can get a hand on your CD, it's always meaning behind everything I do. Like right now, I'm rocking the Shady shirt. I'm drinking out of a Detroit Lions. I do everything meticulously. Everything I do is for a reason. So if you out here copping a CD, you're not just gonna get a fucking single booklet. No, everything has a reason what I do. So if you are able to get the CD, make sure you do. The bundles just dropped today on my official web store.
Boom.
So just type in Tierre Diaz, right? You see the name up there.
Yeah,
Right?
Killer T store at
Also by all
bigcartel.com.
means, share it in the comments. Share it in the comments too, as well. To say
Okay.
anywhere you can, like, because
And I'm gonna
like
play a couple
we're
joints
totally
too.
cool. I know some people get all pissed off, like, oh yeah, spam. No, that's if like somebody who wasn't even in the interview, like you know what I mean?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
see.
Oh,
Already,
check it out.
on the,
CJ said he's
yeah, we
he's
want you to.
copping it. He's a
So
jug
check it
brother.
out.
Said he
Before
you know he
before
fucks with
before
physical.
March 20 before March 21st, so that's Maniflex, that's the main event, that's the LP, right? Before that, I dropped the Maniflex EP, and this is the case in here. So this is a notebook, right? This is the notebook paper because what I'm preaching here, what I'm telling you here is how big it is to, and then you open it up, and I left this blank right here, right? Right here it says, write your goals down and manifest them to reality. And I left that blank so you can write some goals down. All right.
That's dope.
And then on this encasing are actual goals of mine that I actually accomplished and I checked off from my actual notebook. So right here you see a list of things that I actually manifested into reality and I got to check off in my notebook. So that's each And this is just the EP, so expect the LP to be fatter and better. You know what I mean? But this is just an example of how everything has a meaning of what I do, man. I can't wait for y'all to have that.
Yeah, most definitely. Yeah, that's something we talk
Yeah,
about a lot on this show.
for
Is
sure.
like physical copies, whether you fuck with physical copies and shit. But
Mhm.
yeah, like I see
Because it's
CJ
rare.
Smith
It's rare.
said I'm a
It's rare now.
juggalo, homie. You know I collect physicals and shit. So yeah, most definitely. He said he was gonna
Yeah.
copy. But no, I don't want to hold you up. We've had you on here for over an hour and a half. It's definitely an honor. I want to make sure we covered everything and shit, like what you got going on. We know the album Man of Flex is dropping March 21st, and I want to play a couple tracks too at the end of the show, so y'all don't go nowhere and shit. We gonna play Bad Meets Evil, and we gonna play the track with Angie. Both those are gonna be on the album, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, I wanted to. Is there anything you wanted to add about either of those videos? So, because I'm gonna play them here
I
in a
shot them
minute.
myself. I shot the videos myself. I edited them myself. You know what I'm saying? That's another part of the DIY in me. Like almost everything you see, I've done myself, man, and that's out of necessity. You know what I mean? That's just grinding. That's years of grinding and honing my craft and just getting
Amen.
better. You know what I mean? Just getting better at things because I didn't have the funds to go out and pay motherfuckers to do my videos. You know what I mean? I had to do them myself. So what you see in
Real talk.
Fantastic, you know what I mean? What you see in Fantastic is me behind the camera. And when I'm in front of the camera, it's either my girl holding the camera or I'm putting on the tripod or something like that. The same thing with Royce. I got, that was me shooting Royce and my girl was shooting me in front of the camera, man. But I did both of those videos myself.
That's dope. That's dope. Yeah, because we're gonna
Yeah.
play both those joints after this interview,
No,
so
no,
y'all
no,
don't go.
enough respect to that, man, for real. Cause like, yeah, I think for all three of us, as like rappers and stuff, it's like, yeah, you got to cut out that middleman, cause like you got too many people, like they either bullshit and they're like, yeah, I got you, and they never call you back.
Yeah,
It's like, no, you got to get it done now. So what you did,
yeah.
yeah,
Right.
Even the artwork, I did the artwork myself, man. I did the
Okay.
whole booklet, all that shit is 100% handmade for me, and I'm really proud of all that.
True definition of an
yeah,
artist. You know what I'm saying? That's why we don't just say like a rapper. You ain't just an MC. That's just one artist.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? That's just one
yeah.
artist. Hold up. I don't know. This might. I'm not up on it, but CJ Smith, he's a juggler. He said he wanted to know about before you bounced out. He wanted me to ask you about SD Knack or something real quick. He said ask about SD Knack. ESTEE Knack NACK. I don't know if you know who that is or CJ Smith. You got to be more specific, bro. I don't know.
No, I'm trying to spell it in my head. Like I'm trying to close my eyes and try to visualize it. No, I don't know.
SD Mac or
Este Knack or something like that. Este Knack. Is it Spanish? I'm not sure though. I don't know.
yeah.
No,
And let
I'm
us
not
know
here.
unless he's spelling for it.
My
Yeah,
bad, bro. I don't
listen.
know, CJ. But yeah, make sure CJ said he's copying the album. He wants a physical copy too and shit. So shout out to you.
That's what's up.
KillerTStore.BigCartel.com. The bundles are out now. KillerTStore.BigCartel.com. There's like 5 bundles with all different type of dope shit on them.
Make sure y'all get that shit for sure. It was definitely an honor having you on here, Tierre Diaz. Make sure y'all check it out and don't go nowhere. Y'all tuned in and shit, cause we gonna play a couple videos here and shit that he just shot out here recently that are gonna be off the new album and shit. So and make sure
Oh,
y'all get that.
both happen to be shot in fucking Michigan, man. I
That's
shot
fire. That's
Fantastic
fire.
out in Michigan with Angie at the Renaissance Center, and in Boston too. I shot my shit when I'm in the white suit in Boston, and then Royce Heaven Studios out there in Birmingham.
No doubt, no doubt. And we are Detroit's #1 spot for hip hop, and we celebrate all genres, all elements from Detroit to the world. We even got our homie Parkhead Boy, who's a hood smoker out in Glasgow, Scotland, bumping everything from Eminem to ICP to Awesome Dre to Eshawn to all that, to Big Hurt, everybody. You know what I'm saying? Tierre Diaz, he's bumping Tierre Diaz out there and shit in Glasgow, Scotland. So it's
That's
all
no,
love,
yeah.
fam. It was definitely
That's
an
what's
honor
up.
having you on, dog, and we'll definitely play when the album drops. We'll play some more videos off it, and we'll help push it and promote it.
And if we would like to invite you back on if you had a good time with us too, because that's like we try and keep it moving and do it different from just typical textbook questions, if you know what I mean.
It was a vibe, man. I was very excited to be a part of here because being a part of the Juggalo world, you got a lot of podcast appearances from that world, so it's really good to just be a mutual ground corner, people that are aware and hip to the Juggalo knowledge, but are, you know, hip hop first and foremost. You know what I'm saying? I'm always down to talk about hip hop because that's what the fuck this is. This is hip hop. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what
So
we
it's
Amen.
really cool. Really cool to be a part of it.
we appreciate that,
Amen.
man.
Yeah. Well, yeah. You know, we understand that. Yeah. But it's like when we were talking about earlier. Yeah. Like some people saying we're not juggalo enough, we're not hip hop enough. You know, it's like yeah, that ground line, ICP and Cypher
BKX
Practic.
spit the whole fucking first day out, bro. That shit was. That's all I
Yeah.
needed. Y'all know what the fuck y'all talking about.
Right.
Yeah, come on,
Mhm.
boy. That shit was fire.
No doubt.
Yeah.
No, and that's why we like to show that, and that's why we always say we celebrate all genres and shit, because the wicked shit is, and whatever you want to call it, wicked shit, horrorcore, whatever you want to call it. I
Oh
mean,
yeah.
they're all genres of hip hop. You know what I'm saying? To
There's wicked shit on the album. There's R&B on the album. There's rock on the album. Of course, there's hip hop on the album. There's new school on the album. It's gonna be something for everybody. I'm really excited.
That's dope. Yeah. I mean, with King Gordy and all, you know,
Oh yeah.
that's dope.
Let me run down the features before I get out of here. DJ Clay, DMX, Royce the 5'9", Insane Clown Posse, Aunt G, Chloe Diaz from a band called Kitten, an indie rock band. Uh, Sophie Marone from an alternative electric Finnish pop band. She's a great vocalist. Romy Sklar, a singer. Mike P doing some production from Zug Island. King Gordy, Zitro, Detroit's own.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
Zitro
man.
shit.
Pack full of flavor, man. Pack full of
Yeah.
flavor.
That's
Yeah.
what's up. We look forward to it and shit. No doubt, no doubt.
Yeah.
Yeah, CJ Smith said he's copping it right now and shit. He's got as we speak. So, you know,
Thank you, brother. I
it was
appreciate
definitely
Yeah.
anybody who cops
You
the
coming on taking
physical.
the time out with him.
Yeah, no doubt, man. I'll be back. I can't wait to be back, man. Chop it up with y'all more. Maybe yeah. It's gonna be dope.
no doubt.
Yeah.
So look, family, it was definitely an honor, and we look forward to chopping it up and seeing the great things you're doing, and we'll keep you posted on that show when we get Cuban Link, The Observer, possibly Sheik Luch. We heard might be on the card, you know what I'm saying? So we'll definitely keep you, anything we got going on and shit, we'll holler at you and shit, so keep you posted, because I know you're looking for an excuse to come out to Detroit and shit. So we're going to try to find you one
100%.
and
And I'm gonna
shit.
tap in. Do y'all do like live episodes too?
Yeah,
Well, I know you in Arizona, right?
yeah, he's in
Oh yeah, yeah.
Arizona.
But that's what we do all the time though. It is live though. Yeah.
It's
Right now.
live,
Yeah.
but
Yeah,
it's
People are watching.
virtual.
Yeah.
We're working on the
yeah.
in-house right
When
now.
I'm in town, I'm gonna tap in with y'all, man.
Yeah, no
Yeah,
doubt.
for
Yeah.
sure.
Definitely if
No
you're
doubt.
out my way too. If you're out my way, yeah.
I love
Definitely.
Arizona. I love Arizona, so I'm gonna be out there. I'm
I'm
gonna
out,
hit
you're
you.
out my way. Like yeah. Give him my number, brother. Gutter.
Hell
Yeah.
yeah.
Give him my
No
number.
doubt.
Yeah.
I got you.
So
For sure.
don't be
All right, it
a
was an
stranger.
honor,
Man.
bro. We're going to
Yeah.
jump into a couple
Nice to meet
tracks, y'all,
you.
so make sure y'all don't go nowhere that's tuned in. But that's Tierre Diaz. Is there anything else you want to say before we get out of here?
Yeah, man. Go out right now. Um, get the physical copy of Manaflex. Go out if you have iTunes. If you pre-order the album, right? And leave a review. That's a big step in my goal on making this chart. I want this to be my first charting album ever, right? I wanted to get the exposure it deserves. You know what I mean? So if you guys can pre-order the album in either way, you know what I'm saying, whether it be digitally or physically, that means the world to me. And then obviously, wherever you listen to music, tap in, Tierre Diaz, follow me. We only getting started, man. It's going up.
Yeah.
Dog,
That's what's
salute.
up.
It's the Hood
Much
Smoke
love,
Peace out,
homie.
Podcast,
man.
and we going to get into this
Yeah.
music. Peace, fam. That was Tierre Diaz in the building, y'all. Salute CJ
Yeah.
Smith, no doubt. He said he had fun. Look forward to Saturday.
Salute, CJ. Yeah, salute, CJ.
Hold on.
Yep.
Shout out Parkhead, D
D.
Cracker,
Cocktail,
CJ Smith, Christopher Jordan, everybody that was tapped
Christopher
in, you know what
Jordan.
I'm saying? So,
Yep.
oh yeah, Shabby.
Most definitely.
Shabby was in the building and shit, fucking. So, he rocks with Cuban too
Shout
and
out
shit.
Shabby.
But I'm gonna jump into this video right now. Bad Meets Killer by Tierre Diaz featuring Royce the 5'9". Sure y'all turn this shit up.
Yeah.
Let's get it.
Definitely be.
Diaz featuring Royce the 5'9". They want the old me though. That shit's fire. Straight fire. Let me jump. I'm gonna jump right into this next track that I dropped in the. I dropped both these tracks in the comments, so y'all can click on them. Y'all go subscribe. Make sure you cop the album and shit. But this is Tierre Diaz featuring the homie Angie. Shout out to Angie too. We got to get him on the show. Shout out to Monstar. Shout out Project Born Light. Schizo. Shout out to the whole fam. Let's get into it. Tierre Diaz featuring Angie. Let's get it. This is called Fantastic.
Me how I'm doing, say fantastic. Thanks for asking, better than I could imagine. They ask me how I've been abundant. Damn, I love it. If I can see it, I can touch it. When they ask me how I'm doing, say fantastic. Doing better than you probably could imagine. When they ask me how I've been, I say abundant. If I see it, I believe it, I can touch it.
Me? Yeah, I'm chilling and willing and filling up all of my bank accounts. Never the same amounts. I work for myself and I make it count. Any major doubts I had back in the day, they quickly poof. It's gone to oblivion. Yeah, I'ma get it done. Wanted to get it, really I am the proof. Not a day that go by. I don't grind, I don't shine. It's my time, I don't mind. That's your lane, I got mine. Just speaking to existence, anything I want, I believe I can get it. Even when the world got me feeling all different and timid, I switch to the religious, say I'm exquisite like, I'm fantastic. Thanks for asking. Steady stacking, money flow be everlasting. And I get it, never slacking. For my wants and my goals, I'm a magnet.
When they ask me how I'm doing, say fantastic. Thanks for asking, better than I could imagine. They ask me how I've been abundant. Damn, I love it. If I can see it, I can touch it. When they ask me how I'm doing, say fantastic. Doing better than you probably could imagine. When they ask me how I've been, I say abundant. If I see it, I believe it, I can touch it.
Really yo, honestly, yo, I'm doing phenomenally. Keep my frequency on repeat, then I'm on a spree. Whether be shopping or winning streak, I'm a boss, stay up here to me. I can floss to infinity, learn from losses, I'm endlessly growing and adapting in the fashion. It seems so rapid, my success mirrors my passions and impacting everyone lacking. To show them they can do it too. I'm just a kid from the woo, and on the screen and in the booth, I'm the truth, and I'm living proof that you can do it. You can do it if you want it. I'm the man. And I flaunt it. Lose the tools, cruise to lose, steer from bad vibes. Just keep a smile on your face whenever they pass by. When they ask you how you doing, say fantastic. Thanks for asking, better than I could imagine. Yeah. When they ask you how you doing, say abundant. And I love it. Life, I can't get enough of it. Yeah. Speak it until it's the truth. I'm fantastic at it. Bring energy up in the booth. I'm fantastic at it. Living life like there's no part two. I'm fantastic at it. I suggest you do it too. And get fantastic at it. Yeah, I'm good. Yeah, I'm really good. 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 Yeah, I'm swell. Yeah, I'm great as hell. Yeah, I'm swell. Yeah, I'm great as hell. Yeah, I'm swell. Yeah, I'm great as hell. Yeah, I'm swell. Yeah, I'm great as hell.
Ask me how I'm doing, say fantastic.
That was Tierre Diaz, our guest tonight, featuring the homie Angie. That was fire. Fantastic. Make sure y'all check it out. I put the links in the description. He got a lot of dope shit on here. Like I said, I was bumping this. I went to the releases and I seen the one that said Manaflex EP. So I clicked on it and I was letting that shit play. And then he's got the song Shiny that he just dropped today, or yesterday, I believe. So go check him out. Some fire ass music. Shout out to Ben Frank in the building. We just played a track with Royce. I know you rock with Alien Gang. Salute to the Alien Gang. Kid Vicious. You know what I'm saying? All the whole Rap God X. Shout out to Israel Porter.
The Rap God X, yeah.
Shout out. We can't shout everybody out. You know, Awesome, Dre Merciless, Amir, Dice, Jack Frost, DJ Los. Shout out to DJ Los out there in London right now, doing his thing with Slum Village and shit. He's out there.
Yep.
Hope they rocking. I know they rocked the show. I believe it was last night. They rocked the show. I think they're gonna be there for a few days. But and shout out to Big Hurt, Jay Nutty, Jay O'Neal, Monte Cristo.
Hey, stretch money,
Oh
and
yeah, that
definitely,
reminded me of something.
Valley.
I gotta play something real quick. I gotta play this just because it just dropped. And in case y'all didn't know, he had a big record release party. We talked about it on the Hood Smokers podcast about Take Money 25. And I'm telling you, this track is another Detroit anthem and shit. And I gotta play it, dog. Shout out to Stretch Money.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, stretch money, and definitely, Valley.
Yeah, shout out to Valid too. Valid rocked the show there too and shit. They was killing it. Yeah, they just dropped this 3 hours ago. Stretch Money, Take Money 25, Rebel Nation. Shout out to Rebel Nation. It's Detroit shit right here. This is another Detroit anthem. I gotta play it. And then we gonna do our shout outs, me, you, Motor City Mac Dad, or BKX, whoever's still in the building. I don't know who's gonna be in the building when the camera comes back on, but we'll do that and then we gonna get out of here. All right, this Stretch Money, Take Money 25. Let's get it.
You can check me out on YouTube and hotlavarecords.com.
Hotlavarecords.com.
Yeah.
Is that your main sites right
That's
now?
Our
You promote?
main site,
Okay. And basically, what's the name of the album that single came off of?
Take money. Well, take money to make money. First of all, stretch money. Let me explain stretch money.
Okay.
Stretch money comes from the struggle. That's what stretch money is all about. It's not about being rich, having a whole lot of money. It's about having no money.
Right.
That's the origin of stretch money.
Okay.
It take money to make money is just briefly explaining, experiences I've been through on the record and just trying to relate to everybody else. It's one thing I've been practicing, and it's just trying to gain the listener heart and more instead of just getting their minds, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, definitely.
So that's what I've been doing with the records, man, and that's what Take Money to Make Money is all about.
Another Detroit anthem, Take Money 25. Stretch Money. Make sure you go check it out. I put the link in the chat. Make sure y'all click on that link and go ahead and watch it, check it out, go buy it, go cop it on Bandcamp if you want. That's the best way to go cop it, but you can cop it anywhere. But shout out D Cochran. I don't know if we forgot you, but I see you said you still here. But Blatonio, BKX, y'all here? We about ready to jump up out of here, man. That was Tierre Diaz. You know what I'm saying? Is there any shout outs you want to do before we jump up out of here, Blatonio?
Like everybody who tuned in, and much shout out, of course, to Tierre Diaz right there, for real. Everybody who tapped in, I don't want to forget nobody, but thanks for tuning in, and we appreciate the questions when you bring them in right there, because it kind of, we want you to get your answers too. So. That being said, just be on the lookout because we're definitely gonna promote, the works, the homies got coming out. Until next time.
Yeah, go check out Killers Don't Talk. Fire Flu Volume 3's out now.
Oh, yeah, forgot about that. Yep.
Shout out to the Mad Butcher.
Mad Butcher right there. The whole KDT crew, everything, like from Mr. Alexander to D Menace, to Dirty B, to Illegal, to Is Too Nice, to shit, brotherkingx also, like who isn't here tonight, but we got Motor City Mac Daddy, to who am I missing? I'm trying not to miss nobody from our crew even, but definitely, Mr. Alexander.
Salute to everybody out there.
Yeah, but everybody.
It's all love.
Oh,
I'm trying to think, who do we got coming up? I don't know who the next guest is, but we might be having an episode where I think you was just talking about it. If you want to tell them about it, what we was just saying just a minute ago about the Motor City.
Oh yeah, actually, there's kind of there's a little bit of what do you say? There's a little bit of unrest between two camps and everything. Dealing with my son No Pants and stuff. With the Motor City Mac Daddy, and I guess it's like, and I don't know. No Pants been working with this guy B Diddy and stuff, so I don't know. That'll be coming up soon. So
get ready for Starstruck too. I want to let y'all know. Shout out to Starstruck.
Apparently, there's a new a new reggae artist or something that Good Boy Records got going soon. So I don't know.
So the standoff between the Motor City Mac Dad and No Pants
stand
and
up.
P Diddy might be going down and shit live on the Hood Smoker podcast.
Yes, we might be going at each other, so yeah, just be on the lookout.
So if you a hip hop fan, wrestling fan, or just a fan of good funny shit, you know what I'm saying? It's like that's why we call ourselves the Saturday Night Live of the hood. You know what I'm saying? For the hood. So
yeah. Well, and that being said, shout out to the neighborhood shit talker himself, Dice. The homie right there.
Yeah, all day. Shout out to Dice. But we gonna go ahead and jump out of here, dog. I'm gonna play the intro, outro. But yeah, it's the Hood Smoker Podcast. It's 326. We out of here. Much love. Salute. We out. Peace.
Find up the ganjas.
Good evening. It's time. Yes. On behalf of the Hood Smoker Podcast, we would like to say, as the list of legends keeps continuing to go on and on and on, we keep the questions strong. Enough platforms stir the pot, you don't have to take that. Enough platforms do that every, you don't have to take that. Get your smoke, get your drink, get all your cake snacks, and get ready for the Hood Smoker Podcast. Welcome. Welcome.
Hood Smokers Podcast on Wednesday and Saturday night. Jay Gutta and brotherkingx and Blatonio Todd. Hood Smokers Podcast on Wednesday and Saturday night. Jay Gutta and brotherkingx and Blatonio Todd.